Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hola.
We unmuted?
Yeah.
We are unmuted. Here we go.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Cheers. Episode 98. Post block party year 2. We all survived. For the most part.
Ooh.
Still not sure about Tate. He might be in a dungeon somewhere. He might be dead on the side of the road. Crazy things have happened.
If he is, like, you're the first to be implicated in that.
Like, fuck, it was him. How did you know? No, Tate's not dead. He just couldn't be on tonight.
I can't believe he won cornhole again.
He did.
Really?
Dude, they fucking owned in cornhole.
Who was his?
It was bad.
Who was his
Boyer?
Boyer with the fucking overhand toss.
Who did they beat? You guys?
Dude, he fucking Kobe's that shit.
Me and Riley.
I was pretty stoked cheering.
What's up, Jim? Welcome to the show.
You guys played good. My grandpa was like, "What the fuck?"
I know, and then we got crushed. Like it's Jody. But Jody's good.
Yeah.
Overall, I can't believe how much
What up, James?
Porkies I ate. Like,
What up, James?
I literally had 2 sets of 3 tacos and a nacho
Nice.
in like a 5-hour period.
Where do you find them?
I think
Like, do
you
they
guys
have a-
might be on mute.
Say what? Can you hear us? Hello? Check. Oh, no, you can hear us on Facebook.
Huh. Let me check.
Can everybody
I just
hear
wasn't
us?
getting the sound from Twitch.
Let us know. Twitch, why you being so stingy tonight? Give us some sound.
At the top of the show, I almost cheered the wrong beer. I like started lifting it.
Anyways, we did the block party on Saturday. It was our second annual one. It had a great turnout. It was like 35, 40 people, something like that.
Yeah.
Overall. I had a heck of a time. We had the Porky's taco truck. I ate way too much of it. We had some people get way too drunk. It was funny. It's hilarious. There's music, cornhole, all kinds of good shit.
Thanks, James.
Jason lost in a chugging contest 2 years in a row.
Nice.
That's not true, though. I mean, just because you say it does not make it true.
Did he? Wait.
Video evidence proves you lost.
Did he win the hot dog eating contest though, or who won?
No, that was what's his name? That fucking
It was Logan.
smoked everybody
Last year.
It was embarrassing. He was like just.
Oh yeah, he did crush him.
Like he was deep throating hot dogs without even like any of them touching his throat.
So Jason, did you win anything?
What's up, Niles?
On Saturday.
Yes. As far as I believe judges was the chugging contest.
Yeah.
Thank you, Niles. So I went into the gym earlier, and Niles is like, I can't believe I fucking forgot your birthday yesterday. I didn't say happy birthday to you. I'm so sorry. Which, by the way, everybody, my birthday was yesterday. Turned 32.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
But so he's like,
Post those hearts up.
he's like, but I told because I'm a trainer. He's like, I told your trainer it was your birthday, so he told you happy birthday, and I completely forgot to tell you happy birthday. So he was like, sorry, it's okay. Niles, this chug's for you.
What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, Blair? Missed out on you on Saturday.
Yeah, I did miss Jeremy.
Same.
I was sitting there and I was like, man, who are we missing? We're missing Blair.
He's gonna bring a dad boot next year.
It is very quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear this. This is at full volume right next to the speaker. It's very quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear this. This is at full volume. You have to talk so you can hear it.
You have to talk so you can hear it.
Maybe that. Is that better?
So like mine is on full volume.
Much.
And I
That went up like fucking tenfold.
That's making my brain explode hearing it like latency.
The latency, yeah. Like
My
fuck.
brain can't keep up.
Oh,
with that.
DOS boot. Yes. Could have sworn Niles said butt chug.
He said dad boot the first time, and I read it exactly as that and did not correct it.
Better.
What the fuck is a dad boot? I'm gonna wear my dad boots
better
next
watch
year,
out.
motherfuckers.
You don't have that like your dad's sandals and they come with socks?
Yeah, I think so. I think that literally is what a dad boot is. Sounds right.
But yeah, so I mean, it was really just a year of repeats. Tate won cornhole for the second year in a row. yours truly won the chugging contest again.
I feel like
You're
Jason
really
is-
trying to drive home that if you keep saying it, you'll make yourself believe it. Is that it?
I mean, you have the video footage, right, Chris?
I do.
We could post it on
We
there.
can
and have
post
people,
it and let
people
people
choose. The
people
vote.
decide. We'll let the people vote on who won that chugging
I'll
contest.
post all 3 and they can vote each one.
The girls' one was hilarious. Caitlin won. She tried to stab a hole in her
I
beer
saw that.
after she
I
popped
remember
it.
that.
It looked badass though on
No,
camera.
but the problem
Yeah,
was
she's
she
all,
didn't.
"Boom."
Yeah, it
she
looked like
hits
that's
it,
how she opened
But
it.
she didn't even fucking puncture a hole in the can.
Ah.
So she just hit it and beer
And then
shot
opened
out
it,
and
yeah.
chugged it.
It fucking looked cool.
She was like, I thought we were shotgun.
that was like John Wick beer drinking to me when I saw that. I was
As a matter of
holy
fact,
shit.
Jimmy Blair, you're right. I vote Buck Chug next. Nope. I still say Jason won per the rules. But what were the rules? I
Drink all your beer, probably, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, Jason? What do you
I
think?
think it was.
Okay, so you think he had a little bit of beer left?
But
I
specifically,
didn't watch any of the videos. I just
But the
know
beer don't
I felt
matter
good
because
about
you
my
can't fucking
performance.
tell if like if they only drink like a drink, you can tell, but you can't even tell a full beer chug.
but we
Should have done clear glasses.
we
Did
literally
you do clear?
I would have done because that's what we did. We did
Or did you
something
do
like that
cans?
last year.
Or
We did
cans.
cans.
Yeah,
But
that's,
last year, or like we specifically said that in cans, there's going to be beer left over in there because of the cylinder.
the head and
Yeah, the head,
yeah,
the cylinder
yeah,
that's in there, so it's not all going to come out. So we specifically said that before the round. And
Dude,
then, like, we
you see my
go do
shotgun?
it, people were like,
There was nothing.
say what?
So did you see my shotgun that day? There was nothing.
We should have weighed them afterward.
So then they're like, oh, well, look how long this is pouring out alcohol. Like, this one's pouring out a long time. It's like, it's head. Like, I could
Yeah.
pour out beer from this can right now, and I poured it into a glass.
Well, even Caitlin, is that the girl that won the?
Mhm.
Yeah, even Caitlin, when she poured her drink out,
Well,
she
yeah.
poured the head out.
Because you flip it upside down, there's going to be head in there. Now, granted, Jason took his due diligence,
Ooh,
and I
nice,
think
Jeremy.
he sucked the
or
head
James, sorry.
out of the can, which in turn, yes, there was no spillage, but it also took him like 10 minutes longer than everybody else to drink the beer.
I was taking my leisurely time
Controversy
to
last year, too.
maximize my performance.
I think the only way to settle this is to do a 6 beer challenge, like
Six
chug
beer
challenge.
I'm only willing to do that if it's 6 beers and 6 hot dogs.
How
That way I
about the
stand a
fireball?
chance.
Fireball, no.
Or you have to crack a
No.
new fireball opening,
Oh, God, I will throw up.
and then 20 push-ups.
I would throw up just smelling it.
Yeah, that's rough. Since that Chiefs game, I can't even smell cinnamon without, like...
We could do the Quickcrete challenge where you just put Quickcrete in your mouth. That's a thing. Swallow Quickcrete.
So Jim got these agave wheat from Breckenridge. He sent me a picture before the cast started, and he says it's not terrible.
Nice. Hey,
So
that's
good for you.
sometimes the best place you could be. Is just not terrible.
Well, also I thought it was hilarious because when we were doing the beer chug, the first one I did a what was it? The guavatas sour.
Ooh.
That was the first beer that I chugged. And it was room temperature. Then the second one was a Keystone Light that was also room temperature. Cal was the roof winner, hands down, though. Let's be honest here.
Was it because he was fucking
Cody,
hammered?
So if
That
we
guy
had
was
like a
fucking
winning
hammered.
winner for the most fucked up at the block party, I think the male would go to Cody, and I think the female probably goes to Julie.
Yeah.
Because at the end of it, Julie walks up to me and she goes, Nate, I need some T Swift in my life. And I was like, all right, well, I got this playlist playing, and like, it's song number 15. I'm not going to skip songs just to get to it because that's going to shorten the playlist, and I don't know how long the music's going to play for. So, like, 5 songs goes by, and she walks over, and she's like, Nate, I need to hear Taylor Swift now. And, like, the song instantly changes, and it's not even Taylor. She's like, I love this song. And she starts dancing.
Yeah, she already forgot about it.
Yeah.
She went full Leahy.
Dude. And then she's like trying to dance with everybody. And then Taylor Swift actually came on.
Nice. Which she then probably lost her shit.
Julie I
Did
think
she drop on the deck and flop
she
like
lost
a foot fish?
all bodily functions. It was just like, oh yeah.
Nice.
But yeah,
I
Cody.
recall her squatting down, and then she fell over, and then she's like, "I'm just gonna sit here for like 5 minutes so people don't know."
Was
I was
that
like,
when
"We
she was
all
playing-
know."
Was that when she was playing?
Because you
cornhole?
yelled that shit.
Because she fell over while she was playing cornhole.
Oh my god. Did she fall into the hole? Because that's 3 points.
No, but yeah, Cody went and took a nap.
Yeah.
Then came
Oh,
back.
yeah.
He's like, Chris, can I go lay down for a bit? I was like, sure.
He literally went and took a nap.
Holy shit.
Came back. Then
Sorry.
started like, and that's when the beer chugging combo. Like he goes, Nate, me and you, let's beat these fools in cornhole. And I was like, we ain't beating nobody. But all right, man. So then he disappears for like 10 minutes. And I was like, somebody else was like, all right, well, let's play. And I was like, okay, cool. So we're going to play. I think it was Brad. And so, like, Brad goes and gets the bags and, like, gets ready to throw. And Cody shows up and he's like, what the fuck, man? You just gave away my partner? And I was like, no, dude, you disappeared. We were ready to play. Brad wanted to play. So then he, like,
You're
walks
7
over.
years old taking a nap, bro.
He
at
walks
a block
over
party.
and he says something to Brad, and you just see Brad, like, put the bags down all dejected, and he's like, well, I guess I'm not going to be the one to play. In the first
Yeah,
throw.
no, you're not.
First throw, Cody throws it, and it goes, like, 10 feet. Like, that's in between. I'm like, what the fuck? So he didn't even make it. And it was literally, I think we got skunked. It was so bad. Like,
Who was his partner?
it was me. I don't know who we played. I can't remember who we played.
You and him were
It was
partners?
me and him were partners.
After the tournament was done?
After the tournament was
Oh,
done.
okay.
But I can't specifically
I thought
think
you
of
guys were partners.
who the people that were. By the way,
Did you guys play Aaron and Curtis? They fucking were killing it too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
James also said my
Mars?
favorite was when Julie was dancing and just ended up sitting on the street. She had that pink, like, dress on, too, so it's probably
Yeah.
dirt all over
No,
it.
the best part was
It's like a Kansas prom queen.
the sunburn lines. Because she had
I
the
got-
back opens, so you could see the literal, like, red on
I got
her.
a perm tank.
Chris has.
Saturday.
I got it too.
Shit.
I didn't really get. Does anybody else need one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really get sunburnt except for my forehead. I went and got in the shower the next morning and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like the water hits my forehead and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Because I kept taking my hat off because I was sweating so. I could not get out of the sun. Like everywhere I sat, the sun just kept coming down on me. And at one time, Tate and them were like, "Don't come sit by us because the sun will just follow you." And sure enough, sun followed me.
Yeah, that's how the sun typically works.
The sun's a real
So I was
asshole.
only out there for a minute, and my ears were toasty, and they were just peeling like crazy yesterday. I was like, oh, I feel disgusting, like I have fucking leprosy or
Teresa.
something.
What's up, Teresa? Is it beer review time?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
All right, let's start.
Is it really?
Start.
Shit, I haven't
Yeah.
even opened it yet. God damn
I
it.
know. I saw this motherfucker. He did the same thing I did. He was drinking a Sam Adams.
Tate's was awesome because it was literally half of his nipple burnt. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
Tate had the smallest tank top I've ever seen on a man.
It literally was like this.
I was like, just show us your tits,
I got
white
the-
girl. yeah.
Permatank. I've had this going on 3 years now. Ever since my little brother moved to Jacksonville, I fell asleep on the beach in a tank top, and it just burned onto me. And I've literally had it ever
I
since.
think that's what your parents told you, like when they put you in the fucking oven accidentally or something. Like, oh yeah, when you was real
Jesus.
small,
What
you
the
got
fuck
a
did
bad
they put you in the
sunburn,
oven for?
like the shape of a tank top. There's
All
zero
right,
pictures of you as
so-
a child with the tank top on.
This was your actual pick, Chris?
I picked both. That doesn't mean I have to go first.
I'll take first of the next one. Or do you
Okay.
want to take first of the next
That's
one?
fine.
Okay. Since it was supposed to be my pick.
I think this is the first Mother's beer on the show. This is what,
Yep.
5.5, I think I remember right.
It's mom.
Springfield, Missouri.
I didn't look up the story, but supposedly Ryan told me the owner or head brewer, I'm not sure which, is from McPherson, and now he is in Springfield running this place, Mother's Brewing. This isn't the first beer I've had by them. I think I've had a Berliner Weiss in Kansas City. It was like a big ass can, and I remember it being like lime, like a lime Berliner. So this is probably my second beer of theirs. This is really good. It's I get a lot of like a caramely flavor from it, and I like that in a drink. It's not overly heavy with it being hot out, so it's not real off-putting by any means. It could be drank like with dinner pretty easily, like next to the fireplace or whatever the fuck you're watching a movie or something. I don't really see it as like a raging beer. 6-pack's probably about the right amount, maybe a little much. Back to back, it's damn smooth. It's not off-putting. I give it a 7.5. It's solid. Probably buy it again.
So this says profile: chocolate, toffee, and caramel malt flavor.
Okay.
Light body with a dry finish.
Not very dry.
I was gonna say I don't necessarily get the dry finish.
I don't get it either.
But I definitely can taste the toffee in there.
I'm glad to.
The toffee and caramel.
The dryness.
The chocolate's not quite as.
Toffee, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's not quite as out there. The chocolate, as far as it is. I think this beer will be really good come the cool down, say like September, October.
Right into fall.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's pumpkin beer season.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, they already fucking switched over to Oktoberfest.
I know, I saw it. I almost got some.
Like,
What the fuck?
I ordered a keg the other day at work, and they were like, okay, yeah, Oktoberfest came in. And then Saturday when I was getting beer for the block party, these girls came in, and they were like, is Cold Snap, like, someone told me to find Cold Snap. They're like, Oktoberfest? I was like, yeah, I don't even want it. It's already started. It always seems to start right around my birthday, but every year I'm like, why the fuck is Oktoberfest coming out in August? But as far as this, like, it's a very...
James said light body with a dry finish. Sounds like my first date.
Oh my god.
What, an 8-year-old boy, James?
You're doing something wrong.
But yeah, it's a very good flavored beer. I
don't get wet.
I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy this one. But that's not necessarily a knock on it. It's just that, you know, we've had a lot of beers on this show, so there's a lot of beers that I'm not going to go out of my way to buy.
Yeah.
But I would not turn this down if somebody gave it to me.
Would you buy it?
I would not go out of my way to buy it.
You said I wouldn't go out of my way. Like, what are you talking
What
about?
if I showed up to your door and I was like,
If you were a
$8.99
door-to-door
beer
salesman
guy.
and said, buy this fucking beer, I would buy it.
Hey, second question. Comment if you would buy if there was a beer door guy, like a milk guy.
What's up,
Because
Cook?
a Brews Bros fucking door.
You're dead to us, Josh. You didn't show up.
Yeah,
like
Josh,
awesome.
fuck you.
Anyway.
I love you, Josh.
Sorry,
But I'm still mad at
Like,
you.
like a milkman, you know, but you bring beer.
So they have
For
that
guys that
in...
beat their stepkids.
They had that in Seattle where you could buy beer and they deliver it to you. That was really
What
cool.
up, Josh? Yeah, that's beast.
Thanks for the share.
But yeah,
Sorry,
I
I cut you.
If they're 8, better look to Nate.
He said JK like jacking off, bro.
Oh, I just realized he was saying like
just
the
kids,
age.
bro.
I was thinking like
There's a
8
beer.
out of 10.
8 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, you know what? I would be fine with 8s. That's
Oh
cool.
shit, man!
But not 8-year-olds. Like,
no,
rated
I got you. You
8s.
should stop talking about it
Yeah,
and rate this beer.
it's good.
You're digging a fucking hole
I'd give
for
it.
that 8-year-old.
I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a
7?
Yeah.
Not a 7.5.
Grew his hair out and dyed it. Oh! What's up with Tate? Grew his hair out and dyed it.
Nice.
And changed his name legally.
I think I'm more
David.
handsome than Tate.
Or as
But I'll take it.
Oh man, actually
Anonymous
seeing you there, if you had short hair, you look
Anonymous,
really
like the
similar
group
to
Anonymous?
Tate.
Anonymous.
The
We
terror.
made it.
Anonymous
has fucking died.
Yo, so we totally changed directions now, bro.
All of a sudden it gets hacked and it's like, this is anonymous. You have been hacked.
We also are the owners of Three Blind Mice.
We love your beer
Our
show.
We are the dads of Mother's Brewing Company.
That would be awesome.
Someone's right now going, who's anonymous? What's the what?
Yeah, what are they talking about?
What's up with Tate?
Why is anonymous funny?
I was rereading your
Jason,
comment,
what's
Josh,
the look
'cause
on
I'm
your
an idiot.
face for?
I could have sworn that the text over David's name changed.
It did.
Okay.
Because I'm an anonymous. No, I'm not.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
What do you mean it changed?
I mean, it's different than all the other ones, but it's been different.
I could have swore that David was replaced with a fat brown dog.
Yes. That was it.
Wow, butthole shot. That's a good one. David,
Who's going, David? Me or you?
Say, go ahead, Jason. David's
Oh,
I'm turning back into a human. David Blaine is actually on the show tonight.
What was it? Was it Animorphs?
yeah.
David is anamorphing.
I'm a fat Labrador with short legs. That is
What
my
did you give
fucking
your thing?
spirit animal?
Say what?
What'd you give this?
I gave it a 7. Chris gave it a 7.5.
Okay. So I do not mind the flavor at all, but as you probably saw, I smelled this thing probably 15 times. So it's like, what is that smell? What is that smell? What is that smell? It actually has like a heavy, it almost smells like cheese. Smells like
To
a,
me, it smells
like a
like
rich
a rubber
cheese.
Halloween mask.
Yep, I can see that. I can see the
I
rubber
was like,
Halloween mask.
what the fuck? And then I tasted it and I was like, yep, this would definitely pair with a rich cheese.
It's almost like
Which is actually what they say on their site, is that this goes with like an aged Gouda. I was like, this would probably go perfect with a steak. That would actually
Yeah.
be really good.
I
It
thought you were going to
balanced
say
it out
this would
really
go
well.
perfect with like an A&R racing rim.
What?
Like a race, like a rim, like a wheel.
just take a bite out of it. It's okay if you break your teeth.
Tastes like rubber. No, go ahead.
But I don't know. It's not. It's okay. It doesn't have a lot going for it. It is really easy to put down, and it's not heavy. That's something that's really good with it. It does have a very distinct flavor. It's not overly beery. It's not bad at all. I'm not a huge fan. Actually, that is something that I should mention too. For it being a brown, it does not have an earthy or nutty flavor to it at all. So that's
Goodbye.
actually a really good thing for me. But even so, I'm going to give it a 6.
6.
It's okay. It's not great.
Wow, that's pretty harsh, man.
David,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, your beer's good enough that I would gladly drink it any time. I just don't plan to buy it because there are better beers.
Yeah. No.
So fuck you.
That's pretty much what I said, and then I got asked if a door-to-door salesman would... Would you buy it if a door-to-door salesman made you? Yes.
And then we started a whole conversation about a new company that does that. So you're welcome.
You're
The Uber
No.
for beers.
I am
bro.
a welcome.
Everything
but
is the
you're
Uber
close.
for everything. I'm the Uber of Tates. Yeah, so I'm going to reread this real quick. Chocolate. You know, anytime you put profile, like, on a beer, for somebody that doesn't drink a lot of, like, IPAs or craft beers, when you say the word chocolate,
It's like, what is...
I
What the fuck?
I don't really get it. Like, I don't get chocolate at all. I get a little bit of caramel. But if you're going to say chocolate on something, I think you need to be able to taste it. I can't really taste it.
I always laugh when people put chocolate and toffee in one, and then you take a drink of it, and you're like, there's straight caramel.
Yeah, so I smoked for like 11 years, guys, so. I got a lot of toffee. Like, I got that, but that was the overwhelming flavor to me. I think saying it's a light body, I don't know if that's, like, craft beer talk that I don't understand. I would say this would be medium if there was a medium body, like, thing. Like, it's not heavy. I thought it was actually going to be a lot heavier based on the color.
Yeah.
But It wasn't crazy heavy,
But it's not ultra light either.
but it's not ultra light. And yeah, that's why I wouldn't drink this like in the sun and shit. This definitely would be like a fall. I think you were absolutely right.
Jim said that review sounds like your woodworking skills, Jason.
Nice. I would drink it the same way. I don't think I would buy it. Although I do think this would be a good intro, as I'm somebody that started drinking craft beer about a year ago. I don't think this would be a bad intro to craft beers. Like, realistically, because it's very subtle.
Good taste.
It's not, like, it tastes decent. I don't know. I would give it a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
So it rates out at a 7.
Sweet.
6.75 technically.
What's up, Anna?
But, like, if this is this a newer brewing company? Mothers?
I don't know.
They've been around for a while.
They're out of Springfield.
Okay. I was going to say if they were newer, I would say, like...
Sounds like the Springfield brewery may be newer than, like, the Kansas City one.
Beautiful voice.
Or maybe it's just out of Springfield. Jason's probably checking this right now.
Yeah,
I can barely hear you, Chris. Just barely.
we lived in Missouri
Nobody
for
can
a long
ever hear
time.
me.
He said you're probably
So-
checking out where Mother's Brewery, how long Mother's Brewery Company has actually been going. We can see,
Just dead hands.
we can see the lights in your face.
Is this what the Deadlights is like in it?
Yes. Dun dun dun. So the next beer. Oh. Anonymous. So the next beer.
So you gonna look that up though, Jason? Though, or
What up, Will?
Look what up. I was just looking up stuff about
can
Mother's
you look
Brewing.
up Mother's
and more
Brewing and
asking
see how
all their
long they've been around
employees.
for? I don't know if it's easier for him. I can do it on my phone. I'm just curious. Because I was gonna say if it's like a newer brewing company, like I feel like they're gonna crush it. But if they've been around for a long time, it's like your flavors aren't that. I don't know.
Well, I had their sour
You can't pick it out.
year ago ish.
I'll look it up.
How was that?
So
It was alright. It was kind of
2009.
oh,
so they've been
oh
around
wow,
forever.
10 years.
For a craft brewery, probably. Like yeah, Springfield, Missouri, which I love Springfield. We grew up near there. Springfield on there a lot.
It will fill us in on the flag football drama.
Springfield.
Oh yeah.
Springfield is eerily similar to Salina.
Between these brew reviews.
So what he's talking about is apparently some chick pulled a knife out at the flag. There's a flag football league here in Salina
On Sundays.
on Sundays. Chris plays in it.
Where at? Where do you play at?
It's at Central.
practice field.
And apparently there was some trash talking going on, and a guy on one team didn't like the trash talking, so like a fight broke out. Well, the girl was talking trash from the side. It was like one of the guy's wives or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And
Gotcha.
so she started talking trash. Well, some point she punched a guy or something like that.
And
And
then
so-
somebody swung on her, maybe?
Somebody swung on her, so then the guy was like, "Nobody puts hands on women."
Hey,
and
good
like,
call though.
Nobody put baby in the corner.
No.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Like, and
I feel like Jason wouldn't have said good call. But go
and
ahead.
I'm not condoning like putting hands on women, but like if you're gonna just charge the field and swing on somebody when it comes to like a flag football game,
Keep in mind, this
No.
lady, two weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, I heard her both fucking weeks. I'm just sitting on the sidelines watching the games before we played and after, and I hear her, "I'll cut a motherfucker." Like, she shouldn't be out there
That ain't a lady.
on high school grounds.
You said lady.
No, she's a
That's a
crackhead.
female.
She's a
That's
crackhead.
not-
yeah. But so like
That's just-
apparently all this like breaks out and
It's
a
not
big
ladylike.
a big fight breaks out. She pulls a knife out, and like
Jesus.
Yeah. And 3 cops show up.
At a flag
at a
football
random
match?
flag football game in Salina, Kansas. Like
Probably in front of her kid too. How many kids she got?
her kid plays on the team.
One, yeah.
Yeah,
How
and that's
old?
the thing. Like
He
he's
looks like he's about 20.
Oh
Yeah.
God, so older mom.
Yeah.
Rude. Could you imagine your 50-year-old mom pulling a knife at your fucking
And that's
flag
what I'm
football
saying,
tournament?
like-
How embarrassing.
but then so
God damn.
so then this starts to unfold on what up, Brittany? So this starts to
Spooked.
unfold on Facebook, and you get to read up on all these people talking about it,
Okay, yeah. Get into it.
and like someone gets
What's
on
this
there.
lady's name? Doctor.
I don't know, but like somebody gets on there and they're like, "How do you pull a knife at a flag football game?" And so like
she's like this, motherfucker.
It starts going down, and like the dude whose wife it was like, and this is the funny part because the team that they were playing is one of the best teams. They're all like former Bethany football players.
Were they playing them?
Or was it not that team?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, because he was telling me that somebody had, he was like, they had purposely targeted the one white guy on their team, and like he puts his elbow down and fucking like runs into him, essentially tackles the guy, then gets up and swings. He's like, "That motherfucker tackled me," and he's like, "Bro, you ran him over, like." You were out here looking to fight somebody.
I don't know. Julie and I showed up, and we were getting out of the car. I was getting the lawn chair out of the trunk, and we hear it. It's like, you know what a fight sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you know what a 50-year-old mom with a knife running around sounds like.
Are you sure? And then a few minutes later, we're walking over, and cops come from both directions.
And the crazy thing is, nobody got arrested.
No, they just sat there for an hour talking to people.
They wrote her a citation.
And they're not allowing her back.
Was she a white mom?
Oh, they're not allowing her back? Well, that's probably the best idea.
Was she a white mom?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a white mom?
Yeah.
I talked to Will.
She pulled a knife at a game, and she didn't even get arrested. Like, come on.
What up, fellas? And so basically a fight broke out during the game between two players, and yeah, she did swing on a player. She said she was going to come back with a knife and did. Luckily, one of the refs got the knife away from her. It wasn't the Bethany team, but yeah. It was just a shit show.
Well, she is a piece of shit mom, but she's not a liar.
But yeah, but like,
and the cops show up, and she's the first motherfucker at the cop car talking to him.
Yeah, she's probably like, "This motherfucker assaulted my son,"
and that shit just blows my mind. Like, and this is specifically this situation is why we can't have nice things in Salina.
Yeah,
and I don't mean that as really like the joke of why we can't have nice things. Like, it's legit people like that.
Yeah, take her out of the equation, and it's a good day.
Yeah, but it's people like that who fuck everything up for us here. When we find something that's cool that somebody comes up with and becomes innovative. Yeah, and she's not even involved in the game, and she fucking tries to ruin it
if
for
she's pulling a knife on grown men, she should be. She should be playing flag football.
But the thing is,
this
like,
is what we look for in a field.
Her husband was sitting there, like, battling tooth and nail to the death over how she was in the right. Or, like, how dare you come out
that
and
guy.
And it's like...
She probably pegs that dude, man, every night. Like, can you imagine?
But that's the thing, like, you know...
He's like, she's right. She's gonna fuck me later.
I'm not about putting hands on women, but, like, she was clearly in the wrong.
Jason just smiled like he would have murdered her.
You come at me with a knife, I ain't fucking not swinging.
No. But that's what I'm saying.
This is why guys kill their wives. That's what Jason said.
Dude, the husband's always the first one questioned, and there's a fucking reason.
Yeah, he was like, "Just wait, Dave. You're gonna side with me."
Our game was supposed to be at 7. We started around 8:15. We were out there at 9.
Because of that?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Hey, man.
Did Salina Scoop pick that up? Because I feel like they are on the cutting. They are on the ground floor of journalism.
I don't know.
We've got live video from the flag football game up here.
I didn't know I was
mom
have to juke Shank as well as other players.
Oh, so Will, what is it? Will was there?
Ref,
yeah, Will's a ref.
Oh shit! So you had to get involved.
So can I just say?
Did Daryl take the knife from her?
I just want to say shout out to the Pastores team because they scored the first fucking touchdown of the season.
And the crowd went wild.
And it was fucking epic, and then they called it back for diving. It wasn't a dive. He bent over, went like this, and it was a fucking touchdown.
Nice.
Boo you, man.
They got the 2-point conversion.
Nice.
It was epic.
I just know that I saw the video.
I've never seen a team so excited.
I saw the video, like, so Dylan was talking about this before the game even happened, and he was like, if I score a touchdown, I'm fucking just mic dropping that fucking ball.
Nice.
And I'm going straight to Speaks to go to the bar, and I'm drinking.
Yeah, after the game, he's like, I'm getting drunk tonight.
Oh, my God.
Because they scored with like 2 minutes left, probably. And they've been getting killed like 80-0 for 4 weeks.
And haven't scored a touchdown, like, props to their team for sticking together, because there have been people who have left teams for less.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're not the best team in the world. They were super excited for this league because it was a bunch of guys, like anybody who knows the Pastoras, they're not necessarily like the most athletic guys in the world, but they were super excited for this league. And they were like, I've been running sprints trying to get ready for this. Like, I'm excited for it, dude. And I was like, props to you guys. Like, cool. That's cool shit that you're like this into it. And then they go out and they're just getting fucking smoked. And so, like, they're so excited. I saw the video. Everybody was out there like, no, man, that was a touchdown. Yeah. Fuck that call. And then they scored the very next play.
Everybody was on their side. And this is the game after the fucking night
fight.
deal.
Everybody was all rattled. That's
why. Dude. But legit, like, they were so excited for this. Like, you would have thought that they just won the Super Bowl with how they were celebrating. It was so awesome.
The other team was cheering for them after defending the touchdown.
I won't play without a sponsor.
No, but like
I'll sponsor you, James.
And that's what's cool about the league is like the other team was excited for them, and like the other team was like, "Fucking give them the touchdown!"
No
like,
shit.
So it was a very cool moment in a league that like it had just been clouded with controversy because some chicks bringing knives onto the field. And then you have this really awesome feel-good moment of the team, like, the true underdog. And the funny part is their name is the Purple Vipers or whatever it is.
So it's like badass when they get their ass kicked.
Purple Cobras, yeah.
Purple Cobras. That sounds like a dick joke. Is that what that is?
It's just Cobras.
What's
It's off of fucking Dodgeball.
This like This embarrassing mom thing makes me like, what's the most embarrassing thing your mom's ever done to you?
My mom has literally never done anything embarrassing to me.
Oh my god. Ooh. Okay.
Jason?
He's been waiting for this moment.
You gotta go. You're ready.
Go.
I was 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. My friends were over, and they wanted to all go to Wednesday night Bible study. Okay, keep in mind,
a lot of times
I want to go hang out with my friends. So I asked my mom, "Will you take us?" She says, "No." So I get a little upset, and I'm like, "Why? You aren't doing anything." And this is probably why I have so many phobias and fears and tendencies now. I can't remember if I was 9 or 10, so I apologize. I'm going to say 9. That way I can put me on the younger end of the spectrum. She goes, "I'm not going to take you out in public because you smell. You have body odor, and you don't use deodorant." And I said, "What?" And all of my friends are there. And I'm like, "I don't know this. I don't even know what that is. You've never had this
well, obviously you didn't.
You're telling me I smell?" And she's like, "It's the middle of summer. You're outside all day, and you stink. You smell really bad, and I don't want to take you anywhere." And I was like, I need to go take a shower, guys. You have to go home. And I fucking cried and cried and cried in the shower.
What the fuck?
Yep. Yep.
Baby
Embarrassing
Jason,
moment.
we're sorry. Did you smell
Embarrassing
though? I
moment.
mean, that sucks, dude.
And he grew up to be the shirtless shitter.
Nice bowl of spicy red chili.
That's why.
Sour cream chives, the good stuff. I actually love to drink Sam Adams Boston Lager with my chili when I drink with my chili.
Spicy red chili, dude. Have like a sour. Probably this raspberry that I haven't had yet.
I actually really like Boston Lager with spicy chili.
Believe it or not, chili pairs very well with a little bit of raspberry.
Also, cheers to our only Patreon supporter, Charlie.
Charlie? Fuck yeah!
I think I can smell you now, says James Parker. James
Fuck you.
And then James
Fuck
Parker.
I have
love it.
I have such amazing hygiene now. It's ridiculous.
If only the television was scratch and sniff like they promised us.
But so like,
it just shows how far some shaming can go.
Yeah, dude. People. Maybe it was the best thing that could have ever happened to you.
Is it not crazy
Also,
though? How
Oktoberfest for your chili. There you go.
Oktoberfest would be good for the chili too.
I would have said a good PBR would pair nice. If you make really shitty chili and you're in a band and like to throw up in the toilet.
What's your answer, Dave?
For what? Embarrassing.
Most embarrassing thing your mom did?
I don't think I have one.
I didn't say the smell was bad.
Mom was
There you go, Jason.
No, but you vomited because of my smell.
Really?
I smell like 3 layers of Irish Spring. Thank you.
We did. That was the idea.
No, but like.
I mean, when you get a good answer, there's no reason to kill it at a horse.
But my thing is that my mom was always
Next question,
at work.
You piece of shit! You're a fucking latchkey kid, weren't you?
No, my mom was always at work, so like I hardly ever saw my mom.
Latchkey kid.
No, I mean
That's what a latchkey kid is.
Didn't know that.
Your dad was always off drinking at the bar, shooting darts, right?
No, my dad was. My dad was injured in bed most of the time.
Wow, that sucks.
So
was he
my
really
mom
injured, or was he jerking off all
Yeah.
day?
He was in a plane crash and had like
Fuck!
Yeah, dude.
four back surgeries.
Well, how would I have known?
It was pretty bad.
If I had a back injury,
You're
that's
the
all I
one
could
who
do.
asks, not me.
I mean, does it
Was he
bother you?
really injured?
Well, I mean,
that's one of those. Wow, man.
All for the insurance.
according to statistics, a lot of people fake it.
No, but yeah, like my
According
dad.
to Facebooks.
Like my dad was legit like just fucked up for
That's
a really
sad,
long
dude,
time.
because it changes your personality when you're in pain all the time.
Well, yeah. So like my dad was legit like bedridden for years. Like he would come out, and it seemed like every single time that he would go back to work.
Can you play some In the Arms of the Angel while he
In
tells
the
us?
arms of the angel.
No, tell it. Let's get real.
Fly away.
Real talk.
No, but yeah. So like.
Monetized in 40 years.
Yeah.
We can't play that song.
You're getting kicked off Facebook.
Hey guys, we do not claim any rights to that song. We're not making money off of it. So
This is a song by Sarah McLachlan. No, but anyway, he got in a plane wreck.
No, yeah. So he was going to get my uncle, who was
On
trying
a
to-
private plane?
Yeah, his best friend owned a Cessna single engine plane.
Okay.
So they flew to Kansas City to get him for Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and they had icing.
When was this? What year?
1997.
Shit.
November 21st, 1997, something like that. So they went to get him to bring him back for Thanksgiving. Their wings had iced over, and they had
Like mid-flight.
Yeah, they had to do an emergency landing in Lawrence. They got everything checked out. The wings were fine, so then they went back up, and they iced back over in between Lawrence and Topeka, so there's like not even 20 miles. And so they went to go down to emergency land because the engine shut off. And there's like, it's weird to explain, but where the Topeka airport is, they thought they were going to make it, but they were going to be coming in. They might be just a bit short. Well, the way they were coming in, there are power lines that they hit, and
shit.
the power lines essentially acted as a slingshot and slingshotted them into the ground. So like the pilot passed away.
Oh man, he killed the pilot.
It killed the pilot,
And that was who?
we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
But my dad was the passenger in the front seat, and he had turned like this to pray with the two because they were going down.
Oh man.
And if he would have been facing forward, the way that he had turned, the steering column would have went right into his chest. So like it went behind him.
So it took the impact. Oh
No,
okay,
it went
okay.
behind him and missed him. Well, my uncle had just had, he was in the back, he had just had back surgery not too long before this,
Oh man.
and it put him into a coma, and like he got life back to California because they didn't know if he was going to make it or
Yeah.
not. So he was in a coma for like 6 months, I think. I don't know, it's been a
Wow,
long time
dude.
since I remember. But they essentially had to take out all of his intestines and clean every bit of his intestines out, put them all back inside. And
Wow.
he came out of it, and I mean he's still alive today, as far as I know of. They kind of cut themselves off from the family just because there was so much
Sure.
that had to do with his
I'll
health,
explain
and they
on
were
the
like, you know.
podcast,
But yeah, so like he's had a really, really sketchy lifetime.
Wow, man.
He's good now. I mean, he's
Good.
still like very injury prone.
Sure, yeah. It's like you break your arm, it's gonna break
Yeah,
again.
like,
yeah.
But
That's crazy though to survive a plane crash. Most people don't even survive.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
if you would have saw the wreckage, it's like it was fucking crazy. Like they had someone go out and like videotape all of the wreckage.
Probably
and, like,
for insurance or some shit.
planes
yeah.
just fucking seem to fall apart.
Yeah, they do.
Like, and you get like you don't understand how fast they're going, but it's not like cars. Like cars hit shit and they compact.
Yeah.
Airplanes crash and they fucking just go
Explode.
Yeah. And you're like,
Because
oh
they're not
my
made
God.
to crash.
No, they're not.
They're made to fly.
They're made to land on wheels and be
Yeah.
good. If they do anything else, they fucking just blow up.
It's kind of like a condom, you know?
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly.
Like, it's not meant to
Side
be
note on
punch
flying and cars. Did you see Japan had their first test flight vehicle?
I did not.
Yeah, it
Tell us
hovered for
about
a minute flat with no issues, and they expect to have mass production by 2030.
Damn.
Nice.
Hey, let's give it up for Nate for sharing like a real ass story, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a-
it's tough to share shit that's
I got a
happened
wild
like, in
ass
your life, but that
history.
makes that's. I think people always think that like crazy shit's happened to them, and then they talk to somebody and they're like, most people have gone through some shit.
Yeah.
You know, so kudos. Like, yeah, man. Life's a journey, dude.
Do you fly now, Welcome? I just got off an airplane and literally drove here last Tuesday to be on the show.
Yep.
I literally fly all the time. I fucking love
We
flying.
lost everyone from depression.
We did.
All these
No.
people killed themselves.
But like legit
13 people.
before that happened, like we would go up in that airplane and
So you were in the same plane before?
yeah, and like
Oh,
we would
wow.
fly. He would take us on flights in it all the time. It was super cool. Like
Yeah.
he would let us take over and you like get to go up and down, turn. So we got to do that, but like that never changed my perception of flight. Like I still understand to this day. Like you are much less likely to get in a plane crash than you are a car crash.
Well, most people, what is it like? Car crashes are the leading cause of.
Oh, it's fucking shit ton. Marty, we got to get you back to the future.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like I
Yeah.
legit absolutely love flying. I think it's
But
like
to me, there's a big difference. Like in a car wreck versus having to plummet fucking 30,000 feet and
Here's the weird thing. Like I was in
like boom and then die in the hospital, or boom and down impact, or holy fuck, I got 2 minutes of diving toward the earth
like I can
to think about I'm dying.
I can tell you like from
and my stomach going
touche.
from a
It's
car
like,
crash
that's a big
perspective.
goddamn difference.
Like by the way, if you're drinking, don't drive drunk. Cherry and I were hit 68, basically 70 miles per hour head on by a drunk driver.
Oh fuck.
And this was, I think, 3 years. Cherry would know, but it was like 3 years ago. And I lost my mom to a car crash. But when we got hit by a drunk driver, and then we got hit like close to head on by another car. 2 trucks, and we drove
fuck.
a Chevy Sonic, which is a hatchback,
Yeah,
like a very small
Small
car.
car. small car.
And I will say this, like, I think if you're falling and you're like, it's weird, dude, because you kind of like, it's not peaceful, but like you just kind of make
But at some point you make
shit.
it's gonna
Like,
happen.
even though it's happening really quick, like, I took a head-on impact from literally 7-8 feet away. The guy crossed the center line on a curve with a bluff off the side of Missouri.
Oh yeah.
And like, I took the hit, and I felt it, and I just thought like, this is it. Like, you don't go through all this like people. I think when people really mean their life flashes before their eyes, what they mean is like the idea of like your future is right here.
Yeah.
Because you always plan, for like the future of your life, but it's like
But at that moment, you can't
that
see
moment
past
you
this.
know that it's like now.
Yeah.
This is it. And then I was just like, okay. Like, it was weird how within, like, even somebody that's not, I mean, I'm religious, but I'm not, like, to the point where I'm, like, nobody's 100%, I think. But, like, when it happened, it was like, this is it.
Higher
But what's
power.
crazier is, though, I think a lot of people that think there's car accidents, they always think that, like, I'm driving well. Like, even if you drive drunk, you're like, I'm a good driver. And it has very little to do with you.
Yeah.
We were literally driving, and a dude just crossed the center line. Like, there was nothing. If I would have went off the side of the road, we would have died. We would have hit a tree at 70 miles per hour. Like, head-on, trees don't move. Cars have wheels. Like, we went airborne. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, it's weird how just like that moment changed or knowing that something's coming. I don't know that it makes it that much different.
So it sounds like you just wrote a new book or new song.
I have a couple songs. I don't have a song about that, but I have a song about my mom. So there's a song like that on the album. Actually, right now, can I plug something?
Boom.
It's like perfect.
What a perfect segue.
Yeah, so I did want to do... we've got this shirt I'm wearing, and I don't usually wear my own shirts. You know that. Like, I don't usually rep my own stuff. Who's the lame guy who wore his own band shirt to the concert? But I also had a green shirt on before I left and was like, if I wore green, obviously it's not going to work. But I've got this shirt, which is the shirt I'm wearing. I'll stand up. And then our album... And if you share this post, I would say, like, I don't know, what do you want to do? Like, here's the album. Where am I at? Right there. If you share Brews Bros before Friday, and then just comment, hashtag, what do you want to do hashtag? Do whatever.
Hashtag.
Special hashtag you want to do?
Just do BLM.
Yeah.
Yeah, hashtag don't do BLM, because that might be something else, but hashtag black...
I think it's Black Lives Matter.
Buildings like mountains.
Buildings like mountains.
Hashtag buildings like mountains.
That's true.
And
all of a sudden everybody's like, yeah,
which, by the way, I support Black Lives Matter.
No.
Hashtag buildings like mountains or tag buildings like mountains, either one that you want to do. And then share Brews Bros so they can get some more views. I'm going to randomly pick somebody. I'll put it on the Buildings Like Mountains page on Friday after 3 o'clock. I'll pick somebody to get a free album and a t-shirt. That's like $40. So I'll just pick somebody out of the comment section there.
He said, so you steal a shirt normally to be on the show?
I normally steal my own t-shirts, yeah.
Is it really stealing it if it's your own? That's the real question.
Because I can steal it from the band.
It's the real question.
I'm not the only person in the band, so technically, yes, I can steal from the band.
It is review time.
Oh, review time. I need to get another one.
Plus 8 minutes.
It was review time like 8 minutes ago.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, no shit.
Jason, let it live. Like the Beatles said, let it be.
Hey, Jason, start.
I don't like the Beatles, though.
I need another one, too.
Nobody cares about your opinion, Jason.
I do. Dude, everybody shared a real story except for Shriz tonight, so we're going to have to get you on some sad shit. But go ahead.
And that's the moment that I knew that Paul McCartney would die.
What's that from? Beatles? Just the story of the Beatles?
Have you got one that is fucked up?
Okay, we want to wait till after the beer review?
After the review.
Thanks for sharing, Sarah.
Sarah!
What your wife
Sarah's
says.
already got the album, but I'll tell you what, I'll send you some other goodies if it's you.
Oh, speaking of, what happened to all those things that Julie had made? There was like all kinds of decals and shit. I don't think I saw any of those.
They were on the table out front.
What the fuck? There was a tail out front? When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Elder has like 5 Brews Bros decals on his SUV now.
I need a Brews Bros
What are you
shirt,
doing with
Like every
those?
color.
Jim got some.
Yeah, we'll take pictures of those after the cast.
If you can fit in a small shirt, you can have a Brews Bros.
I can. Go get it for me. I'll fit in a small Brews Bros.
We need koozies, t-shirts, bottle openers. In that order.
Especially t-shirts, because we're
bottle openers, because you guys don't even fucking have it.
T-shirts were like -4 in the whole lot.
Yeah, we really need shirts. I know guys. Name's
We
Mike
own
Hill.
-4 shirts.
Yes.
I know a guy named Mike Hill. He could probably give us a deal.
If you find a good deal, I'll pitch in my share.
But Mike, you watch the show, you appreciate it, you like it.
We should get him on sometime.
That's what. Oh yeah,
I've never met him, but
he's
I
fucking
know of him.
awesome. It's my beer guy. He's got to drive on Wednesday, so
who wants to start this, Jason or you?
Oh, I'll start. Unless Jason, you want to.
Oh man,
Jason loves his
I
beer.
think it's the distance that you are from the mic that means a lot more than your normal volume. Because Nathan, for the first time, you were sitting back, and you are nearly as quiet as Chris.
What are you talking about?
How about now, Scott?
So fucking quiet. Yeah, see? Now Chris sounds totally normal.
So when I sit like this, you're saying that I'm loud?
So
Yeah, you
we should try the headset thing next week.
I'm down for the headset thing. I'll be
Do
in
you have a
Kansas
headset?
so much
Or
more.
are you gone?
Dude, Jim, if you sharpen that into a throwing star, I got to see that.
Sharpen the coaster into a death throwing star.
They don't really have
fucking
to.
awesome.
They're pretty...
I was gonna say those coasters were dope. I saw those because somebody was talking about it being a ninja star.
Did you spill a drink?
But I'll start. I don't mind. So I love raspberry, which is great for this. But for some reason, it tastes a little spicy. And I don't know why, because it's a sour. It has a bit of a sour hit up front, but that washes away kind of immediately. But it does leave you with a raspberry flavor in the end. I kind of like that, but I don't feel like it has a strong enough sour flavor or a strong enough lasting sour flavor. That it's kind of like it's like a more acidic rubeus.
Ooh.
So it's okay. It's not great. It's got a lot of the like seed flavor from raspberry too, rather than the actual raspberry flavor from raspberry. So it makes it a little weird. I'm gonna take one more drink before I give it a score. Let's make sure.
So while you're drinking that, I'll read this. It says,
Thanks for the share, Jordan.
Yeah, I think you're
I think
right.
it was.
Yeah.
It says, this delicious creation was truly a product of creativity, ingenuity, and luck. In the summer of 2013, we took a test batch of our sessionable sour summer ale, Provincial. That didn't quite hit gravity and decided to have some fun with it by adding a heavy dose of raspberries. The end result was so delicious, we ended up brewing it year-round. This delightfully tart fruit beer is refreshing with a citrusy berry aroma, which transitions to a subtly sweet and tart finish.
So maybe I don't taste any lemon in this at all. It says lemon and tart raspberries. I do taste the tart raspberry. It's only 4.2, which I actually expected more, but it is at the normal 6 for $8.99 thing. It does say serve in a tulip glass, so you guys are doing the right thing.
Yes.
Good on you.
But it also
I think
says
it was
at
more of an
45
accident than it
degrees.
was a plan. I have to say, we've had maybe 5 or 6 raspberry beers on the show. This may be. Oh no! Wait. I once gave a raspberry and chocolate beer a 2. That's definitely the worst raspberry beer we've had on the show. But this thing probably gets a 5 for me. If I have to choose raspberry, I'm gonna go with a different option. It's not bad. It's definitely not great.
What the fuck is up with your text from today, Jason?
I was gonna say, didn't you say it was delicious in the group chat today?
Maybe he's talking about Sam Adams, the other beer he was drinking.
I said it's good.
I'm pretty sure you said it was delicious.
Did I use the word delicious?
He said,
Look,
"That's a good
I'm
beer."
very sleep deprived. I may have said all kinds of things.
Drink more.
He didn't say delicious.
What? Well, let's see where.
I think he said
Does it
that's
just
a
say
good
that's a
beer.
good beer? Oh, it does. It just said that's a good beer, and you gave it a 5.
Yeah, it's a good beer.
And he gave it a
5
5.
isn't
Dude.
bad.
What's 5 on the rating scale?
Yeah, pull that shit up. Can we pull that up?
Good.
It's good.
I think it's decent actually.
But didn't you?
Decent, yeah.
I feel like
Good as a 7, motherfucker.
So, yeah. So we rated.
So a 6.
We
at
literally
least.
rated shitty beers higher than that.
Probably.
Probably.
He just hates it. He hasn't had any sleep. He's like,
No,
it's fair.
I
Get
just know
over it.
within
Move
the
on."
last week, I've at least had one other raspberry beer, which was the Schleiflies, which is
Smoky
better than
Raspberry's
this.
really good.
And then the week before that, I had the 10 barrel raspberry crush sour, and that's way better than this.
That sounds really
And I know the
good.
Rubeus is better too. Alambics raspberry is way better than this.
I haven't
It's just
had
an
the-
okay raspberry.
I haven't had the raspberry crush one. The crushed cucumber one's fucking good.
So
Yeah.
good.
The raspberry is good too. Just
I'm gonna have
Just
to find
because
that
you buy the
raspberry
mixed
and try
pack.
it. I might just have to find it at the liquor store in Kansas City and bring. Oh fuck, I'm in Omaha the week after.
Jesus.
Dude, my life is fucking crazy. So, for those of you who don't know, I moved to Kansas City in essentially a month and a half.
I knew you couldn't stay away from me.
You got a job as your understudy.
As your understudy, yes. I'm gonna be up till 4:30 in the
Working
morning.
500-hour days.
Working techie fucking hours. No, but so I'm taking a lateral move to work in a busier restaurant.
Whoa, is it actually lateral, or is it like lateral for the area?
It's technically a lateral position.
It's a Kansas City, so it's
But-
probably better, yeah.
It's a busier restaurant, so
Work harder, same pay, higher cost of living.
yeah, it's technically
More pay?
well. There's a better bonus.
Okay.
So
What's the bonus based on store sales?
yes, sales.
Well, they're going to be higher.
Like annual.
It's over last year, which they're still on a tear right now. But the biggest thing is that it's a busier restaurant, which is better for me because it means more that like the more that I can handle
More experience.
because it looks
Yeah.
better on your resume to say I worked at a really busy restaurant.
I worked at this in KC versus
Yeah.
I worked at this in...
Whereas like, hey,
But if you said Kansas, they would automatically assume you meant KC like every other motherfucker not from Kansas.
everybody. Dude, when I was in San Diego, everybody would see a KC because I had like I was decked out in KC stuff all the time. Oh, are you from Kansas City? No, I'm actually from right in the middle of Kansas. Oh,
Well, that makes sense since you're wearing KC shit, though.
Oh, you're a farmer. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no,
I
but
quit.
like
People
that's
ask if you're a farmer.
like that's the biggest fucking
They just assume
stereotype.
I'm homeless making it through.
Because literally,
you're just walking through right now.
I can't remember where it, but like the radius of Kansas City fans is one of the biggest in the nation, just because there's
Weird.
nothing else. Like
True.
Nebraska
Midwest.
people are Kansas City fans. Like you're either torn between-
Oklahoma.
like Oklahoma has Kansas City fans. Like
Missouri?
Missouri is split between.
Because what did Rams
St.
move?
Louis?
California?
Yeah, they moved to LA, so they're split between like, but they're still like Cardinals and and Royals fans. So like there's
That's who really wanted the Rams moves with the Chiefs. They
Yeah.
wanted them to move. They're like,
Mhm.
fuck you. They're
Well,
only fucking...
and like Iowa takes it because
Yeah.
there's nowhere in Iowa for you to be a fan of. Some of them are Cubs fans because they're by Chicago. really,
James said, fuck you, Nate. I could be late on that.
I know, I'm sorry. But, like, so there's such a vast area for you to be a Kansas City fan. And so, like, to me, it's because it's my geography and I know exactly, like, the geography of it. But you go to California and they're like, oh, Kansas City. I don't fucking care about the middle of the United States. Like, everything I need's right here in the
Yeah.
States.
Let's rate this beer, and then I want to ask you some questions about Kansas City.
Okay, so I don't mind this beer. It's pretty good. I mean, we've done a lot of sours on here, especially recently.
What do you guys do? You normally 2 beers a show?
2 show.
Okay, so we're at, what, 98?
Except for the ones that are like the Trashy Beer Tuesday. That's
Yeah.
like 5-6 fucking beers. We've done 3 here and there. Hydra episodes, we've done 3 or 4.
So you've done at least like 200 beers
Oh yeah.
Yes.
show wide.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
So, and like last week technically we did 4 because I brought 2 back from San
Nice.
Diego. But I'm starting to think that sours are, like, it says 45 degrees, and I'm starting to really wonder the difference in the flavor profile because we had the beer.
I know this. I'm gonna tell you about it in just a minute.
Okay, so like last week we had those beers from San Diego, and they weren't quite all the way cold because they hadn't been, but you could taste the cherry in the boysenberry very.
Yeah, like they said it, and you could taste
Oh.
it.
You could.
This is gonna play perfect.
All right, we're gonna set it up perfect for you, Jason.
It's probably
I'm giving this
because-
beer a 6.5. By the way, not really a
It's
lot.
probably because molecules don't move as much when they're colder.
That could be, but when we drank it on Saturday.
Science.
You could barely
Sure
taste
it's
the
not.
cherry at all, and they were like 35 degrees. And so all you tasted was the sour, which is how it was when I first drank it. Like, you could taste a lot of sour, but it had that very subtle cherry after flavor. And Neff was like, I can't taste the cherry at all.
And think about like a a snow cone. Not a ton of flavor, but when the ice melts,
Yep.
ton of flavor.
Oh, like in the bottom, like a cereal. Like where you're like,
Yeah.
it's all, yeah, that makes sense.
But,
So
all right, I gave it a
6.5
I gave it a 6.5.
for dummies out there
It's
that don't know
not-
what a
it's
half
not
means.
fucking- You're right, Jason. There's nothing great about it, but it's a decent sour.
Yeah, I love sour. It's like my, I don't know, like my favorite craft.
love Warheads!
Craft beer, either right. So I'm a guest, by the way. Obviously, people that watch the show know that. But the first thing that I thought, and I feel like you guys will probably agree with this, It's like the champagne of beers. I know that's a saying, I think, for somebody else, but it kind of
for
tastes
High
like...
Life, and it's the worst fucking thing to say for High Life ever.
But this
In my
tastes like
opinion.
champagne to me.
Yeah, it's very fizzy.
Very fizzy. It's very light.
I can get that.
It's very subtle. I like it. I think that you guys are shitting on it for even giving it a 6.5. I would fucking chug the shit out of this. This is like a cranking beer. I would probably give this a 7.5. I like it. I feel like your friends would give you shit if they tasted it, but
Yes.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if you're a white lady named Karen that's never drank beer before,
What's it gotta be a white
you
lady
would
named
love
Karen?
this shit. I don't know, and my inner white lady named Karen that loves T Swift is giving this a 7.5.
So you're Julie?
No, I'm not Julie. Karen, bro. I won't pull a knife at your bar mitzvah though.
I mean, I can really see where you would like it, especially if you haven't had a lot of the other ones. But I do think once
Prove it.
you start to venture into some of those other raspberry beers, this will definitely take a back burner. It's really not bad. There's nothing bad about this, which is why I was like, it's a good beer. It is really solid. But compared to competition that it has, it's really hard to if this was your first raspberry beer, I wouldn't choose this one for you. There are at least two others I'd choose for you.
No, yeah, and I could.
What are the
definitely-
other two?
The Rubaeus is absolutely one of them.
What's
What was it? The little brainless that we had a while back. That was the one where fucking Jeremy Blair got fucking wasted. You remember? Because we drank all of those motherfuckers.
Is Jeremy Blair still even on here? Because I feel like he would not dispute that.
See, I think the Rubaeus is too jam bandy for me. It's more
Really?
It's more of a flat fruit flavor or juice instead of a sour.
Yeah,
It
the
is very
Lucky
tart.
Bucket would be what I say. The
Is it
Lucky
pretty
Bucket,
tart?
I mean, it's not really tart. Wasn't Lucky
The
Bucket an
Lucky
IPA?
Bucket was
But it was fucking.
strawberry blonde shit, or did we do raspberry?
I thought it was
too?
raspberry. Yeah, the raspberry tart or whatever it was. Or is that what this is?
I will say
Raspberry
this though, it is exactly what the fuck they say it is. They didn't say chocolate, toffee, caramel, fucking circus ride. They said this is what it is, and guess what?
They
It
nailed
fucking
it.
was. Funkwerks,
Okay.
you get a fucking 10.0
So you
for
tasted the
description.
lemon then? Is that what you're telling me?
tart. So, Chris, what do you rate it? And then Jason could give us the science behind 45-degree beer.
Ooh.
I'm ready for my mind to be blown.
I'm with Dave. This is a good sour. I really think this would shine out of a tap at the right temperature.
Yes.
It's excellent out of glass. I don't think I would like it out of a can as much. It is very fizzy. It's definitely a girlier sour, I would say. Like Dave said, you wouldn't want your homies to taste this if you were like, "Oh, this is my fucking
Tate
favorite
would love
beer."
this shit. 10.0.
I wouldn't show up to a party with a bunch of, guys or whatever that are a bunch of pricks and go, "Here's my beer. You want to taste it?" Because then they'd make fun of you. But it's fucking delicious.
Oh, I
Yeah,
fucking
it's
would.
good, dude.
I
always
think
like to
it's
see
kind of
people's
like I got a sweet tooth and it's kind of candy flavored.
Yeah. Like a rock candy.
It's a
almost.
7.5 or 8 for me.
Let's go 8.
I'm gonna go 8. It reminds me of the CSB, one of the CSB yard games, like a pink lemonade.
Yep.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even overly raspberry.
That was really good.
It's almost like a raspberry lemonade.
Yup.
I had the
Yeah.
raspberry lemonade.
Fucking cheers to that, dude. I'm gonna up mine to an 8 because I totally
Oh
agree
my
with you.
god.
I was afraid of doing this one first and fucking up the brown, and then I was afraid of the brown fucking this one up, and it didn't. Like,
I'll say this: I'm sad we don't have more, and then I'm drinking Sam Adams Summer Ale now.
did we drink the whole 6-pack?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what? The Porch Rocker's great. You actually meant their summer ale, which is not that good.
Yeah, it's not.
Going from the raspberry to this, dude, that is a good beer. I might give that even a 9. Can you change your ratings?
Whatever you want to do, man.
I'm gonna
You
give
can always
it a 9.
change it.
And-
What-
I bet you these motherfuckers don't remember what they rated last week's beers.
6.5.
Say what?
So you
Said I
think
bet you
the
these
summer
motherfuckers
ale
don't remember what they rated
Yeah.
last week's
Okay.
beers.
It's a
Last
good. It's
week's
not
beers?
bad.
What?
What did we do last week? We did the
Saison and the.
I gave the Saison a.
Do you have any of those
6.
left?
I think I gave the Saison like a 5.5.
Do you have any of those left?
Maybe
one Saison.
And then we did the. Oh, what's the other one we did last week? Jason, what was the other one?
I have no fucking clue.
No, Saison was Funkwerks.
Funkwerks was Saison?
Yeah.
Funkwerks was
It
Saison.
was the Tropic King.
Oh, Tropic King.
Hey, remind these people where they can buy all this beer.
You can buy all of this at Cave Divers. You'll see it pop up in the left middle side and go.
Yeah, and by the way, dude, I am legit buying this this weekend.
Tropic King, yeah.
Honey wheat.
I will tell you though, like
honey wheat.
That was Funkwerks, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, Funkwerks did the Tropic King. Saison.
No, because look, it says Funkwerks right
no,
there, and there's
God
an H.
damn it! I know the
There's an
Tropic.
H.
I picked the fucking Tropic King.
I know, but why does it say H right there underneath Funkwerks? If it's not honey wheat. Look.
Oh no, it was. It was the honey wheat by
H.
Blue Moon.
What are you talking about? H. That's the.
Oh. This right here.
That's a T for
Oh,
Tropic
that's the
King.
Tropic King. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that was a Blue Moon. Blue Moon honey wheat.
Yeah, it was Jason's pick. That's why I remembered.
I feel like this is
And I remembered my pick.
That was a great beer, and you guys shit all over it. And I told you all to go fuck yourselves.
I'll take
It was an 8, and you were all giving it 5 5s. Still, go fuck yourself.
Hey, I gave that honey wheat a fucking mediocre one because it wasn't.
Both beers
That great.
tonight kill last week's beers, in my opinion.
James, come on the show more often. You'll get tons of different beers. That's what you should do. Sign up like it's a fucking roster, and you got to sign up for your Friday shift so you don't have to work Saturday.
So,
Do
James,
that shit.
I don't know if we say this enough, but they say you have to take, 3 to 4 drinks before you can make a real opinion on a beer.
You know what I think? Even with this, I had to have a second, almost
Glass.
a second beer.
And it is, like,
After.
well, because there will be a
To
lot of,
really judge it, like
Really appreciate it.
yeah.
but there will be a lot of times where we have a beer and
Because who's gonna drink
don't
one
like it.
fucking beer? You can't buy. I mean, I guess you can't
but
buy.
we'll drink
one beer,
another
but-
one, and then I'll come back to the first one and be like, holy shit, this tastes completely different because my palate's changed. Or, like, you eat food. Or
Yup.
So, Jason, you want to go ahead and give us the why 45 degrees?
I would love to. First, let me give you a little backstory. It'll take about a minute and a half. So I live currently with 2 huge cocktail nerds. That sounds like a gay joke. It's not a gay joke. They make lots of cocktails. In doing so,
Hey,
they
what's
try
up?
to find the most perfect ice. This sounds really fucking lame, but the clearer your ice is, it doesn't have like a freezer burnt flavor to it, blah, 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 blah. The reason that that's important is for a couple of reasons. When you're making a cocktail and you mix that ice in, you don't want it to obscure the flavors of your drink. Great. But something else that it does is it lowers how you receive sugar and your receptacles for sugar. So the colder something is, the less sugar you actually taste in it. You get more, you get other flavors that go around it as well. But if it's a sweet flavor, you don't get it. Which is why they serve things like,
Sours.
oh my gosh, like an old fashioned. They will serve it around a large piece of ice, but you're still getting it kind of warm. It'll just kind of sit there and soak. So the warmer something gets, the sweeter the sugar is. So like if you have a pop and it comes right out of the fridge, it's sweet, sure, but it's nowhere near as sweet as if you leave it out in its room temperature,
room temp,
and then it immediately hits the back of your teeth, and you're like, fuck, my teeth are going to rot out immediately. So that's actually something that happens with beers as well. Those sugar flavors come out, and they come out heavily.
But I will say this, an ice cold Sprite is way better than a room temper Sprite any day.
I can't drink Sprite.
Of course. They do billions of dollars of research on sodas.
Yes, they do.
So, yeah.
I always laugh because, and we're like right on the verge of like missing it, but when they came out with new Coke, and it was an absolute failure because everybody was like, this doesn't taste like the Coke that we've always loved. So then they
Did you just watch Stranger Things season 3?
I've already seen that, but yeah, no, I knew this before that happened.
I have it.
We had a whole class on it or not class, but it was something like that. We talked about it, how people freak the fuck out when they change back. But yes, Stranger Things does have the whole like, I love the new Coke flavor, but like the new Coke flavor did not go over well at all, and so that's when they came back with the original Coke, or called it Classic Coke. Sorry.
That means it has cocaine in it.
Nope, no longer. It's my first date all over again.
I don't know. Yeah, I would just drink Pepsi instead anyway.
Yeah, Pepsi. Woo!
New Coke, Pepsi. Fuck you, Coke.
Fuck you.
Pretty sure that Coke is owned by the Koch brothers. Is it Koch brothers? Koch brothers?
I don't think that that's true, but I also don't like them.
You've also been awake for 2 days, asshole. So let's not.
That's pretty true as well.
Ooh.
Do you say pop or soda when you ask people what they want?
Pop. I'm from the Midwest. I say pop.
Depends on who I'm talking to. There are certain people who like give me shit if I call it pop, so I say soda around them. But if you talk to my grandma, everything's Coke. So
that's because your grandma is a fucking crackhead.
No, she's from the South.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say she's from the South.
She's from the South. Everything's Coke.
Have you ever gone to Georgia? Everything is literally Coke.
Yeah,
Yep.
like she was.
Yep.
She grew
What's up,
up.
Kim?
She grew up in Arkansas, so
Randy.
everything is Coke.
Dad's on.
You pull up to the drive-thru and go, "Can I get a Coke?" And they go, "What flavor?"
Exactly.
I'm like, "What the
Flavor.
fuck
But-
is that?"
Great,
So-
motherfucker.
So this has always been the craziest one for me
What
because this is what I
flavor
try and
Coke?
explain people.
You already ordered
Like-
Coke, bitch. Coke.
In the
Coke,
South,
motherfucker.
there is no such thing as unsweetened tea. Like
Hell no.
tea has sugar in it,
Yep,
and
it's
it has
delicious.
a
Okay, I will,
shit ton
James.
of sugar in it, and it is. It's delicious.
And
Try it.
to
Because
make
it's
the
tea.
tea absorb the sugar better, it's warm.
It's warm tea. So you take the tea,
And then
you
you cool it.
warm tea, you put it over ice. And so, like, explaining that to people whose families, like my family, has always made sun tea. So you go outside, you put the
Put
tea
that
out in
shit
the
on
sun.
the porch.
Yeah, you put shit on the porch, throw your pouch in there, let that fucker go until it's good.
Most of these
The
people,
bitch turns brown, you're good to go.
if these people are from Kansas and South, they know exactly how to make sun tea.
No, but
Everybody's
the thing
grandma
is,
made great sun tea.
But
My
the
grandma.
thing is people don't do what you do after that, which is take a half a bag of fucking sugar and pour that bitch in there
after it's done.
and stir it up. Yeah, because that's what tea is.
So,
That's meth. Bro.
Kool-Aid with tea
Your
bag.
grandma's making meth. Anhydrous.
No, so like I worked at McAllister's Deli at one time, and that
Dude,
is
McAllister's has amazing tea.
it is
McAllister's.
like McAllister's has their
Where?
own.
Manhattan?
No, I worked in Lawrence at the one when it opened there.
Nice.
I don't know
So
what you're
like,
talking about.
especially.
It's like a deli.
Especially there, like, they are a southern chain.
Yeah.
So, like, they're big in Oklahoma, Texas, that area. So,
Yeah.
sweet tea is what they are. So, like, you take a bag of sugar, which is a pound, and you pour that bitch into each container and stir it up. And their tea is fucking phenomenal. So, when it came to Lawrence and I started working there, we were talking about tea, and they were like, we serve unsweetened tea, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I've never really drank
It's for people
unsweetened
with
tea.
diabetes, bro.
So they're like, yes, that's the problem, is people here aren't necessarily used to just, so you have to ask if you want unsweetened or sweetened tea. So like me at work, I have to explain the same thing. So like if I get an Arnold Palmer, it is, David, you're supposed to ask Nate questions. Oh, we'll get there. But if it's an Arnold Palmer, it's supposed to be half sweetened tea, half lemonade. So people ask, like, oh, I put unsweetened tea in them. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's an Arnold Palmer. Am I getting a hint of lemon from agave? I don't know, are you?
I've
never had
sweet tea talk there, welcome.
That is, sorry. I want really deep
Okay.
in that.
I need a.
Go ahead, David. Ask the questions.
I need a beer.
I want us all to ask him a question too, since he's a guest.
That was.
Oh, okay.
Try it.
Mine's
It's interesting. It's the Bel Air.
Oh my God, you're spilling.
No,
Wow, yeah,
shut up.
you're
Nobody
pouring-
saw that,
you're pouring
motherfucker.
half on the
I'm
floor.
seeing it on my carpet.
You're literally pouring half on the floor.
Really? This is the only
I didn't
episode
see it.
that's built on this
It didn't
carpet.
happen.
Dude, I feel like if I wrung this
It's
carpet out, I'd
not.
get wasted. If I just licked your carpet, I'd fucking trip balls.
Hey, if my wife spilled it, I'd yell at her too.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, wait, hold up. I'm drinking everybody's drink. I got a cold sore, too.
Good. I hope I have one tomorrow.
Um,
I'll spread it to Archie.
that's really good.
I don't like this at all. Here,
I'll
you
drink
can
it.
It's a hoppy sour.
Do you want something else?
I'll look in the fridge. I'm actually about to get one of those quarters.
No, I didn't want to make an announcement for all the Popeyes fans. I know you're a Popeyes fan.
Fuck Popeyes.
Jason, are you a Popeyes guy? Oh, he's taking a piss or something. Are you Popeyes?
He's
You know-
No?
He's
You know the
shirtless
crazy, no.
shitting.
Here's the crazy thing. So when I lived in Lawrence, me and my roommate used to drive to 119th Street in Olathe just to get Popeye's chicken.
Street cred, bro. 119th.
And I can't eat there anymore.
I love it.
Massachusetts, what?
Mass Street.
I love
all day. I love it.
Mass Street.
I miss Mass
I
Street.
bet you went to the fucking field house up there, you little fucking jock bitch.
No, I literally, I worked at 23rd Street Brewery.
Nice. Oh, shit. I stole food from there one time. It's cool.
I had food
Dine
from
and
there.
ditched. When did you work there?
2012.
I might have dined and ditched when you worked there.
We used, dude,
You know how it go ahead.
23rd Street Brewery was the fucking wild, wild west.
Good.
Like, so I'm gonna tell the story that should I? Because it's on.
Let me get the Popeyes thing out, and you think
Okay,
about
go ahead,
whether
go
you
ahead.
should do it.
Yeah.
So Popeyes, for the 5 people that are watching right now, and the 200,000 people that will be watching later on the world's most uprising podcast ever created about beer. Po' Boys at Popeyes. I repeat, Po' Boys at Popeyes are going away. I have the inside scoop. There will be no more Po' Boys.
We went there for my birthday, and Dave got all the intel.
All the intel. So
Because they were out of like
fucking
7 things on the menu.
Pobo sandwich.
So
Pobo.
they gave you the next rollout guide before the rollout
So
happened.
they were like, "You want to see the exclusive artwork?
I can tell you
Jason,
exactly
Po'
what's
Boy
happening in
sandwiches
Longhorn
are going
in a
away
month.
at Popeyes.
Welcome's like,
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Welcome to a restaurant.
Pretend you care, dude. It's
Welcome
important.
to a chain.
Oh
fucking
no, that's
restaurant.
so terrible. Oh
The fucking-
no, but they're
He
still
was
gonna
from
have chicken though.
Louisiana.
Dave's like, that's the best sandwich ever. Little is, he's the only one in America that orders
Yeah,
it.
That's why it's going
yes,
away.
Exactly.
Instead, guess what they're doing? They were like, "We're doing a chicken sandwich." I'm like, "Motherfucker, that ain't original at all." At least you were serving
but
shrimp on a
here's the
shit
thing.
bun before.
Here's the thing: is crispy chicken
Jimmy John's
sandwiches
motherfuckers.
in the United States right now are fucking flying through the roof. Everybody wants crispy chicken sandwiches.
You know why?
Yeah, bro.
Because people are fucking
Fucking
morons.
That's all I order.
Chicken.
Chick-fil-A, Wendy's,
Yep.
and Arby's.
Crispy chicken sandwich.
Chicken bacon Swiss.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Spicy chicken
right
spicy
now,
When everybody
chicken.
was like boycott Chick-fil-A, and then we got one.
No.
It's like apparently they're not
No,
boycotting
but, like-
that hard.
like dead ass. Right now in the United States, the biggest growing
Kansas.
food item is a crispy chicken sandwich.
This is weird, and I feel like you would know this. What else food items are growing in America?
Michelob Ultra.
Well, Michelob, he's not wrong though. Like Michelob
Matter
Ultra
days.
was Michelob Ultra was the
That
highest
one White Claw drink.
White Claw drinks
Join
going.
it.
It's
Different
outselling all
I
craft
got one
beer
right here.
sales for 2019.
Fuck
Oh
you,
no, that's
dick.
for me. You can have this.
You hear that, Jason?
I believe
I've never
you.
had this before.
Fuck. 10 out of 10, motherfuckers.
That's the highest rated beer on the fucking show. Is this
Yeah,
one?
10.
Oh my God, I can
This chocolate
smell
peanut
the
butter
delicious-
10. Is that his?
No, it's
Took a
mine.
big ass swig.
Man, I am trying to remember what our actual highest rated beer is. I would
Chris
take
gave
one of the
us a
Hydro
fucking
ones.
high-ass one.
10.
There's been a few 9.5s.
Why the fuck is a guest can I not pick the beers? And I would have picked that for both the beers.
This is really fucking good.
10, 8.5. I just increased it. No, okay. So po' boy sandwiches, and then you were coming back around to the story that you didn't think you should tell about 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, it's
I'm
just...
that guy now.
Brewery.
Squeeze.
So I'm sure it's changed
There's
since
2
then.
W's in brewery.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go kill myself.
No, but
You
legit.
should be right back though.
So 23rd Street.
Let me know how that goes for you.
It legit used to be like the fucking Wild West. So like, you
Like
used
the
to
strip club?
no, like
Or
as
like-
far as what you could do there.
Oh, okay.
You'd borderline get away with murder. And this is why I don't want to say it because, like, Chad was on here last week, and he was the kitchen manager there.
Oh.
So, like, I don't want to... I'll tell it off, cast.
Yeah, don't say it.
Sorry, guys.
It's some wild shit there. That's it. That's all you get.
It's really fun. It's a great place to work. It's nothing bad. Like, nobody died. Nobody was raped. Nobody was murdered.
Probably just some freaky bitches working there.
No, it's not
Be
even
my
that.
guess.
Like, no, there's some really cool chicks that worked there when I did. But, like, it was just, like, a very fun environment to work in. I'll give it that much.
Oh, God.
I'll say-
like
okay.
waiting.
So I'll say this. This is what I'll tell you. So you got a free meal every time you worked at a shift there. So what we would do is we would take our free meal, and across the parking lot there was a liquor store. So you would go take your free meal. Someone each night would go take their free meal. Not necessarily each night. And they would walk across, or they would do one of two things. They would just walk across the street and say, like, hey, this is what I have.
Yes.
I'll trade you. What can I get in return for this?
Oh, you were in high school. I get it.
No, it wasn't high school, though. This was like 22-year-old Nathan. I'd walk
Put that
over there
on
and be like, all right, here's this. I'm getting a bottle of Tito's. And we'll walk back over there. We had unlimited orange juice. And so, like, you'd clock out. You'd go out, sit on the back patio, fucking get hammered. And then walk out and get half-price drinks at the bar.
It's like some gypsy shit. Trading goods for goods.
Yeah.
Marrying 13-year-old
Well, here's the crazy part about liquor stores in
23rd Street Brewery in Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence. Most of them don't do inventory, so they don't actually know what they are or are not losing. Because, like, when I worked at McAllister's,
Be very careful talking about past employers.
it's true. But when I worked at McAllister's, they would give us these free.
It just keeps going.
They would give us these. No, they would give us these
He's
free
like, don't
app
give a
cards.
fuck about that one.
I drank 3 beers, bro.
No, but they would give us these free appetizer cards. So, or not free app cards,
for the
but
Kansas
they'd be
City
good
Longhorn
for
Steakhouse.
like $10 meals or whatever. You could have a meal for it, so $10 to $12. So I would go, and we were told to use them in the community. We were given 10 a week, and make sure you use them in
That's
the
cool.
community. So I would go to the liquor store, the community, and I would trade those for cases of beer. So, like, this is $12 worth of free food. Okay, pay me $4 for that 30-pack of Natty.
Nice.
Deal.
That's
Here
how
we
much
go.
Natty costs normally, though.
It was dude, no, Natty, like, it was awesome because there was this one liquor store in Lawrence when I lived there that every month of August, and I was like, they know it's my birthday. It was $13.99 for a 30-pack of Natty.
Damn. That's pretty sweet.
And I would buy 5 a week.
Hey, you know what, though? Sorry. I love the story. I also want to give it up for the 5 people that are still watching this.
Holding strong. Love it.
Yeah, good on you guys.
Jonathan Morgan likes
Dad boot, question
Das
mark.
boot.
Das boot. Yeah, I said dad boot, too.
New Mexico.
All right,
talk
let's
craft
get
beer.
into it.
All right, you're
I'm
gonna
going
ask
to
me a
Joe
question?
Rogan on you.
All right, here we go.
Okay, when are you moving to Kansas City?
Kansas City, September 26th.
Damn date. Have you found a place? Or you started
Yes.
looking?
I will live with the one and only Jordan Case. In
Okay.
Mission, Kansas.
Okay.
Chad Royer. Worked with them at fucking 23rd Street Brewery, right there.
Chad, watch the rest of the stream, Chad, and then go back and watch
Oh, Chad was my fucking dude there.
like an hour and 15 minutes in.
Working at the brew is still fun. See, he still works
Is he
there.
st-
So I didn't
hey,
want to give
Chad,
away
are you
shit
still
that
getting
happens.
$10 off like Lawrence coupons?
Chad, I couldn't give away the stuff that still happens.
Okay,
Because
so
there are some good stories of that.
Chad,
one.
I'm sorry, but we're grilling.
I fucking
Nate
love
right
that
now.
guy.
So picked out a house. You're gonna be living
We're
with.
living at a house our friend just bought.
You don't have to.
literally
You said his whole name, by the way. I think the first time.
Jordan Case.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to. Now you're talking about where you're living.
He is a manager at the
Don't do
Yard
that.
Bar.
Go Where's that at?
What's that fucking called?
Where can we? Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna ask you some more. I'm just like fucking hitting you.
What's
so you
the
can't think
hipster
about
part of Kansas City?
Westport.
Overland Park.
Westport.
Okay, you're gonna be living in that.
Oh,
There you go. That's
very
where he
hipster.
works at Yard Bar
Okay.
in Westport.
Okay.
He's a manager there.
Next question. When are you leaving?
Technically, my last day in Salina will be the 17th of September.
Okay, now we're getting real. You got a girlfriend, yeah?
She's moving with me.
Is she?
Yep.
Hey, you hear that? Archie's moving with
Archibald is moving with me.
Has she given notice yet, or is that something?
She told Monty.
Good, so we can talk about it.
She told Monty on Saturday. She texted him and asked about, because she does all of the pictures. Like she did. She has a bunch of shirt designs and stuff for
Cool.
for
Blue Sky, yeah.
That she needs to go over because they're wanting to do shirts. They're wanting to do tap handles, and she drew all of them.
Does she need somebody to take pictures of the shirts? Because Loud Greco Films is up in full steam right now. LoudGrecoFilms.com. Your number one place for Salina videography. Music videos and or commercial work.
Don't go to
Anyway.
Neymar or whatever his name is. There we go.
Good call. So we're going to move on. So
This is like rapid fire.
Things are getting big. Like,
Things are getting
you
big.
and Archie
Everything's
started dating a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Year and a half, yes.
Okay, year and a half, you're into it. You're moving in together. Don't move it. You don't live together now, right?
We technically live together.
She's there enough.
I stay at her house like every
So
day.
you're at her house because she's cleaner.
Yes.
Nice. You have a toothbrush over there, or you bring it?
No. Yeah, technically yes, I do, but I don't ever.
Most days stay together.
I just go home because my clothes are there.
Most days stay together at a time.
Yes.
No. Like how many days have you stayed together in a row?
We've stayed together every day since I was out of town last time.
Oh shit! So a couple
Like,
months.
It's legit. Like I stay at her house every night.
Okay. So serious? Like you like maybe marriage? Like yeah? Yeah, dude. Does she know this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I tried to do it for him, and he wouldn't let me.
Young love, 35-year-old love.
Yeah.
I legit. I need to see her dad because.
Oh, have you talked to her dad?
Yeah.
You guys get along with her family?
Yeah, I get along great with her family.
Nice. So they live here, or they live?
So like I have her sister's phone number, so like I text her and make fun of Archie all the time. So like anytime Archie does.
Oh, so they all talk shit on her, and you just join in.
No, anytime Archie does something embarrassing, I send it to Alyssa, her sister.
Nice.
Because she's like, that's my sister. That's my sister.
So good family.
So
dynamic.
good family. We went down there for Christmas last year and hung out and chilled down there. Like her dad and mom are super cool. Her mom came down and stayed around Halloween time. We went to the Chiefs Broncos game with her. There's like
one
two,
more in there.
I was gonna say there's some in the fridge
Might
over
be
there
Pour
too.
that shit out if you want.
That's fine. Pouring
But yeah,
drinks
so
out.
like
I'll
I very
drink
much
those
love
someday.
her and yeah, it's
Aw, that's sweet.
a big deal.
What did it take to get there? Did you go through some bullshit?
I mean, we started dating and she graduated college and moved back home for the summer because she told her.
How'd you guys meet?
We met at Big Nose playing pool.
First date.
First date, not technically a date, but we went to Olive Garden and had dinner, and yeah, I dropped her off at her house.
You
Did
should just do this around town?
Do you think salad
And
dress?
video interview people
Yeah.
because you're just like.
Can I rapid fire
You
you?
can't think when you ask questions so fast. You have to kind of be honest.
So,
Nice, dude. When did you know? Like, I think this is the one.
technically, I tried to propose to her during the Luke Combs concert.
Dave, are you having doubts about Cherry? Is that what this is about?
No, it's not at all. I'm actually engaged. I'm engaged. I've been with Cherry
Look at
for
me
15 years.
when I'm looking at you, Dave. Shit.
Legit soulmate, dude. Legit.
No,
Period.
I really tried to propose to her, and it didn't work out at the night of
Yeah,
the
like you had it
concert.
ready, but then it wasn't the right time, maybe.
Yeah, no, she looked at me and she said, no, you have to ask my dad first.
Oh, wow. So very traditional. And then her dad said...
Well, I haven't talked to her dad. Like, I haven't seen
Oh,
her.
wow.
I want to actually see her dad to ask him.
Wow.
Like, it's not like I'm going to call you and ask you, like... And I missed my... Like,
Is her dad Italian? Like, you gotta be a made man
No,
to
he's
marry his
Mexican.
daughter? Okay, so Mexican mafia is a thing. Could be the same situation.
No,
They're gonna cut you with a
cartel.
machete?
But, like,
I shouldn't joke about that.
like, I very much want to be able to talk to her dad about it because her dad and her mom never really got married. Because
They just fucked a lot.
No, he doesn't believe in spending a bunch of money on a wedding. So like they're married, like it's technically common law married, but they never had like a ceremony or anything.
What was your worst fight about?
Do you see this dog?
Our worst fight between me and her.
Be honest.
Or you can play the fifth.
No, you can't.
No, it was actually.
I'd answer anything truthfully if you asked me.
So our biggest fights have been over like silly things when we're drunk.
Yeah, so not...
Yep,
Yeah.
always drunk fighting. That's what we do.
But it was, if I remember right, it was a complete misunderstanding about what each of us were talking about. And it had something to do with like serving people because it was kind of a work thing.
Yeah, because she's in the food industry.
Because
if you don't know.
she's a server, I'm a
Yeah.
manager. And so like it was a misunderstanding about how we were talking about serving people.
Yeah.
And she thought I was coming off as an asshole because how I was saying it was like, serving is not a fucking hard job. Like, you walk out, you ask them what they want, you dig into it to make sure that that's right, and then you fucking make it happen.
And then you check on them.
And then you check on them.
And then you give them the check.
And
You
then
refill their fucking diet Pepsi!
you refill their Dr. Pepper, and you give them a fucking check, and you make sure you make sure you use the right card on the right split check.
Yeah.
Like, it's not rocket science to be a server. Now, do you
But
have
it's
to
tough.
be a people person?
But it's tough. It still
Yes.
is. Yeah,
you have to be
absolutely.
a people person, and you have to have a somewhat of a brain.
And steel skin.
Yes, because they will
Yeah.
fucking run you through the ringer.
For sure. You gotta be able to be assertive.
But-
Good shit.
It's also like it's not the hardest job in the world.
What's the hardest job in
You
the food
deal
industry?
you deal with the shittiest people in the world because you have to deal with people all day.
Dishwasher.
Oh, yeah, because you can fucking get no respect as a dishwasher.
No.
Scene,
That shit's
you gotta do your
nasty.
job, but nobody should see you do your job.
As far as the hardest
I
job,
just
as far as
degrading.
I did that.
But-
you did that too, didn't
but
you?
here's the thing, like, are we talking about
That
as
means-
far as a dishwasher? Are we
If
talking
you wash
about
dishes,
like, do we mean hard? Like
No,
the
like,
job
that's what you
itself
do.
is hard,
no,
or because I'm
we're
going to
about
say
to judge you, motherfucker.
no, I'm gonna say a grill cook.
Like line or sous chef or what?
No, like
I wouldn't
as
say
far as like my job,
Prep cook.
no, like my job, you legitimate cook 300 steaks in a night, and you have to make all of those perfect.
Jason,
I've been there.
how long have you been awake
I
for?
ran the kitchen with Chandler.
So,
Which
What time is
harder
it?
than being
8 o'clock?
but that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
it's
Eight
as far as
forty.
the grading,
9.
as far as the grade, like, yes, mentally
I don't know.
accepting, yes, a dishwasher is a hard job, but I fucking love washing dishes. I'll
40
sit back there all day because I'll
hours?
put the speaker on.
This
and I'll
motherfucker's
fucking
in
jam.
IT and he's been up for 40 hours.
I didn't say that. We were talking about a restaurant. Like,
We were digging in those brute barrels in the grease.
Yeah.
Water.
I'm just giving you
Yeah,
props,
but
Jason,
that's what
for
I'm saying,
being
like, as
a
far as-
responsible
as far,
adult.
no. Like, I have a.
Because Darden's Darden.
Yeah, no, but Red Lobster's no longer part of Darden.
Okay. So.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like we have the bus tubs where you fucking just throw shit in it and
Okay.
just it turns black and you're like, ugh.
Okay,
At least
so
you
you
ain't
still running
reaching
through
into
the
this shit like
yeah,
this.
no, it still runs through dish.
Let's do this. Jason, first job.
Oh man.
Mine was Dairy
Arby's?
Queen, since you're slow.
Arby's, what did you do?
At first I was a cashier.
Over here, the Mexican restaurant.
What did you do? Arby's?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen?
What's the Mexican
Ice
restaurant that
cream
no
only.
longer
Ice
a
cream
place?
only.
North Ninth.
It was a buffet.
North 9th. What'd you do? Buffet?
Yeah, it was a buffet. Shut up, Tate. Why don't you come here? Drink some beer.
Tate, I'll tell you my first job. Bucking hay, motherfucker. Bucked hay. Threw big ass
Gotta
hay
pee.
bales up on a fucking
I
truck.
gotta pee.
And then I worked food. I think it was a dishwasher.
What was that fucking place called? The Mexican restaurant that used to be over here off of
Buffet?
Ohio.
El Jimador.
It was off of Ohio where like 99.9 now is, and then it moved over by the highway off of Crawford. I guess it wasn't really a buffet, but it's the guy.
Fucking the one that shut down recently.
Yeah, the owner's a fucking asshole. But that was my first job. He screamed at me because I broke 3 glasses.
James said
That
Tate's
place is
first
not
job
that
was a
good.
maid.
No, Gutierrez.
Yeah, Gutierrez.
Tate,
That was your first
don't
job?
even make me roast you. Don't even make me. Missing the show.
Really? Gutierrez? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Gutierrez, yeah.
Gutierrez hasn't been open that fucking long, or well, it's closed now. But I could.
Well, he
Gutierrez
said,
didn't open until I was a full fucking adult.
he said it used to be on Ohio.
Sarah knew what it was. Your wifey, she knew what it was.
Oh, I'm thinking about the
James
one that
knew what it
was
was.
over there on, like, wherever the fuck.
On the west side?
Sure, like right by the highway.
Yeah, that's where it was recently.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
used to be on Ohio, I guess.
So it used to be on Ohio.
Like a hotel.
It used to be on
It's by the
Ohio. You know
hotel,
where
yeah.
that quick shop is on Ohio where Wendy's is?
Yep.
So it used to be across the street from
By
Wendy's.
Played Against Sports and shit.
Yeah, so it
Huh.
used to be right there. Now it's a hair salon is what the place used to be. But he took it from there when we were like 18. Now I was like 20 and moved it to that one over by the highway.
And then it didn't last long there.
I went there in high school when it was Ohio. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, Gutierrez, that guy was a fucking terrible person. The owner was a absolute piece of shit.
okay.
That was some white ass Mexican cooking.
Dude.
Dude, wait.
Which
You
I
said-
don't like.
you
Give me
said-
that actual Mexican
Yeah,
shit.
like, Tex-Mex is everything that we eat, but like
I would
spice
go to
it up.
Taco John's before Gutierrez.
Listen to this shit though.
Blondell's, there you go.
Okay. Are you hanging out?
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay. Owner's a piece of shit. Fuck that dude. Put him on blast. Top three reasons he's a piece of shit.
Jerry Gutierrez. I literally broke.
What?
Yeah, Jerry.
No, his name's
Do
Jerry Gutierrez. So,
Question. Just let him go.
like, this is gonna be bad.
No, do it.
So one time,
Fuck that dude.
I
Cheated
broke.
on his wife.
No, he did not. I don't know about that. No, but why? So this was my experience there. I worked there for a whole month.
Check out for a few.
So I worked there for a whole month. What up, Chelsea? I worked
Chelsea?
there for a whole month. So the first weekend that I worked there, I dropped 3 glasses, and he came around and cussed me out
Number one.
in the service alley.
Okay, number 2.
First weekend there. It's like my 3rd day working.
Yeah, so he's fucking with new people.
Fucking with new people.
Number 2.
So number 2, my sister worked there as well. She burnt the fuck out of herself. And he was like, well, you think that's a good reason to miss work?
Oh shit.
No, get your ass to
Wow.
work quick. That's no excuse. Wasn't paying for the medical bills, but nope, sorry. Get
Burn
to work.
himself
At work, yeah. At work, in the fryer.
Dropping. Oh, fuck.
Dropping a
Should've sued.
whatever their frozen ice cream was. So
Number
whatever.
3.
So number 3, I asked him for a week off so I could do football camp. And that motherfucker.
Okay, well. Were you an adult?
No, I was a high
Black
schooler.
football camp.
No, it was like legit. Like we had our
That's
football
like
camp.
me
So
asking
I gotta learn how to work a switchblade so I stab this 50-year-old mom.
I gotta learn my place.
No, it was
I'm
a
32.
it was a mandatory football camp that
Shots
we had
fired.
for Central High
Shots
School.
fired.
So I asked for the week off, and he never scheduled me again. And that was my
Alright. So,
Alright, shoot.
questions for Dave now.
Dave.
Wait,
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna grab
Oh,
a
he's
beer.
walking away.
2 seconds. Get mama grab a beer.
Because we got, what, 15 minutes?
Roughly.
Ish.
Where's this other really
You were
good
kind of
peanut butter
shaky,
beer?
so makes sense. You dropped some shit,
In
Nate.
the
I
door,
am. I
I think.
know.
No,
I made a joke yesterday at our manager meeting where I was like, "Oh yeah, they call it a milkshake because I just have to pick it up and my hand naturally shakes, so it shakes it up."
There's a root beer in here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke about a milk shake.
Okay.
Ah, could be,
Behind the peas.
could be.
I'm taking a full drink of.
Oh, you're getting the big one. Oh, here, can I see that real quick?
No, because you're gonna pour it.
No, I'm just gonna take a full drink because you took a full drink of mine.
No, I took a baby ass drink. All right, let's shoot. What's going on?
Who wants first?
Saddest song you've ever wrote?
think we know this one, but we'll ask.
Like,
You're even pouring that on the ground.
Grenade hands.
Yeah, probably Grenade Hands about my mom.
Is that the one that's about your mom?
Yeah, it's the last song on the album.
Chris, go.
How long till the next album?
I think
A year or two.
no, I think
but it didn't take them long.
no.
So follow that up with how long did it take to write it?
Or
The album? No, I didn't. I actually wrote everything literally as we.
Damn.
Well, I got to be
Yes,
honest.
As you
Like,
heard the
yes.
instrumentals.
yeah. So Buildings Like Mountains had like the original band had probably
Good. So this makes my question better.
5 or 6 songs already written with another lyricist or vocalist, I guess, and
Yep.
then he left, and then. I mean, we kind of changed the stuff for my style. I was like, hey, can we do this? And they just kind of altered it for what I do.
Yep.
And I wrote lyrics. I mean, I've wrote all of the lyrics. 39 Could Have Been 40 was written by, actually, I think Zach's wife and Passengers. And then I just adopted a whole song around a UFO called Heaven's Gate, which is really crazy.
His wife is
Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
I didn't want
wanna
to dox anybody.
make sure. No,
but yeah.
sorry. I just want to make sure that
No.
I know who she is, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
that's
so
who I
when
was
we
thinking.
wrote the album, yeah, you guys can ask me anything about the band stuff. Obviously, I know all about that.
Who's your least favorite person?
In the band,
Yep.
nobody.
Nope.
Like-
you said you'd answer.
He's lying. It's Dustin.
Probably me.
I was gonna say I would say myself if I was him.
Probably me.
I just want to throw shade at Nev.
No, I love Nev. Really, honestly, dude, we get along so well, and that's, I think the difference between being like somebody that's played music for 17 years, that's played with different bands, that you're just like, it's really about who you have chemistry with. I don't know. I think so many people go out and then they're like, I'm trying to do this big Instagram thing and this big YouTube thing, and it's like for us, we just play music because we like it, you know. So
And
if
that's a
it becomes
huge thing.
something, yeah, if it becomes
Because
something that's cool, but I love doing it.
All
so.
of you have to understand that together. That like, hey, you know, we're in this to make great music. If we make it, we make it. If not, we don't. But that has to be your common.
I think "make it" is also like misunderstood because
Oh,
for me,
yes.
like we releasing an album for me, it wasn't even about sales because obviously they're really low. I think we sold 100,
Which is still fucking phenomenal.
Not bad.
maybe a little bit more. But every show we sell albums, and it's I don't know, dude. Like I just always wanted to put out an album just to say I did it, and we fucking did it, and like. But as far as like time frame on another album, I think I've shifted. You know, I have a lot of social media, like Facebook marketing experience and stuff, and really with the band and stuff, I don't really think it's so much like a business approach. But I told the guys, I said I really think we need to start doing singles with music videos, and so we're gonna start doing some music videos. We haven't even put this on our page or anything, but. We're going to start with Passengers. We're going to do music video. Obviously, we film, logriflefilms.com, shameless plug. And since we have the ability to film ourselves, it's like, let's start building some really cool music videos for the songs we already have written. And then as we release singles, build music videos for
Show
them.
the professionalism.
And then when we
Bring
get
people
12,
in,
yeah.
and then do another album.
Exactly.
And when we get 12 to 13 songs or whatever, and you know, like it's suffice to say to charge somebody $20 for a fucking...
Buildings Like Mountains.
basement. Thanks, James. Thanks for like a basement recording that's done extremely well by Zach, who fucking does an incredible job.
Yep.
But it's like
He blows my mind.
I feel, yeah, dude.
He
he's
did my new
legit.
single.
Yeah, new single.
So
Ain't nobody fucking with me.
Yeah.
Real.
August
Yeah.
30th.
Yep.
so
Already pre-ordered that
the
shit.
crazy thing, and we were talking
Thanks,
about
man.
this one night,
Thank
is doing like a behind the scenes video of Brews Bros.
Yeah.
Like you come follow us with a camera, and I wish we could have had.
Every time I'm on the show.
Well, no, but so like today
We'll do
we're
it,
a perfect chance
absolutely.
to do it. Is like because nobody gets to see what we do before the show happens. Like, yes, we bullshit a lot. We go pick beers, and you get to see our interaction with like the liquor store and
Yeah.
Cave Divers, dude.
Cave Divers South. They are literally the greatest people. Like every time we go there, they welcome us like family. They always
They
joke.
tell
with
us what new beers they got.
Mhm.
What's new on the shelf this week.
They welcome us because we pay some motherfucker's salary.
Yeah, we literally. And no, but that's the thing is like Ryan, the owner of the
All right, dude. I feel like when you get pulled over, you tell the cops that.
No, but like Ryan, the guy who owns the place, comes in all the time and he loves our show. Like, he might not watch it live, but he's like, man, I watched the thing about, or he'll ask us, like, how'd you like that beer? And we'll be like, yeah, it was okay. He goes, well, that's not what I do. I don't try and put okay beer on the shelf. So he very much values our opinion on the beer, and if we don't like it, he fucking gets a different one, changes it out, puts a new one on. He's like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not for decent beer. Like, I want good beers on my shelves.
When I feel like when I go into Cave Divers, and this isn't just a shameless plug, but like when I don't
Saturday.
I don't I don't make it to this side of the town unless I'm coming to hang out with Shriz and stuff. I live on the north side, but like when I come over here, I go to Cave Divers because I've been trying. You know, like I normally drink like Miller Lite, Bud Light. Yeah, like I drink Miller Lite, Bud Light, and kind of like, you know, like what your fucking dad grew up drinking kind of shit. And then I started drinking craft beers and IPAs when I met Shriz, like, what, 2 years ago? Year and a half? I don't think we've known each other that long. Year and a half?
Year and a half-ish.
About a year and a half. And then, yeah, it's got to be because BLM.
Yep.
I didn't mean until after that.
That was what, spring of last year?
About a year.
That's why I was like, when's that new album coming out?
Yeah, so like when I go to Cave Divers, like the fucking cool thing is, dude, like I can actually get craft beers, and a lot of them I can't really make a mistake. Like if I get a beer from there, I know it's probably pretty good.
Probably gonna be good beer.
If I go to like Salina, I don't know. I'm not gonna shit on anybody else, but most places else in town in Salina, like if I go there, it's like Angry Orchard's like the craziest thing I could get outside of like Bud Light, which is like not crazy. You know.
Well, and that's what I was laughing because, like, so we showed up on Saturday.
But an album probably another year. That's when an album comes out.
Cool.
Go ahead.
But, like, Saturday we showed up, and you showed up probably, like, a minute after I did.
Yeah, I saw you literally with your fucking... He had his Longhorn uniform on, by the way. Jason, I'm sure saw him.
Decked out in Longhorn gear. So I walk in, and I don't remember what her name is because she's never told me her name. But the younger girl with the long brown hair, it's usually pulled back. And she always talks to us, but she was really excited about the 420 beers. And she's like, I haven't tried them, but I'm so excited to try these. And we're like, okay, cool, yeah. But now every time she sees us, she like sits there and goes out of her way to have a conversation with us. She remembers us, and I was like, I'm surprised you remembered me because I'm in this fucking chef.
Oh, Doyle rules!
We did hit that. But then Dave walks in and he's like, oh, fancy meeting you here.
Yeah.
What are you looking to get? And he's like, I don't know. I wish they still had the Green Mountain.
And then I asked you if there was clothes in the gym bag that he had. He had a gym bag. Do you guys just do an audio version of this?
Yeah, we will turn this into a podcast.
Okay, so like if you're just listening to the audio version, I see fucking Nate with just fucking like a black like chef, like Gordon Ramsay black chef coat. Looking legit as fuck. We went in there for Julie's birthday, Shriz's wife.
It's 100% humidity on Saturday.
Yes. No, it's 99% because it's not raining.
Dude, like, I was sweating walking to, and I parked around the corner, broke out sweating, like, walking to.
But you know what, though? You got off work, you came immediately.
I did. I literally got off work, I went to the liquor store and came here.
More than we can say for Tate, not showing up ever.
I have a lot of catching up to do, though, or whatever, to get these turned into podcasts.
Yes.
I have 8 episodes out of 98 now uploaded to podcast platforms.
And no, hey, I'm also going to go here.
But it's okay.
We talked about Buildings Like Mountains. We go to the website, buildingslikemountains.com. We got phone cases. We got a bunch of shit you can order. We're going to be playing at Paramount on September 14th with Illyria and another band to be announced. Maybe Ether. At Ether, you can tag them or whatever.
No.
Maybe they'll come do it.
Can I vote for who I want to vote for?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we do a vote? Can you put it on your...
Yeah, let's do a vote. Who you want us to play with.
Put it on your website.
Yeah, we'll put a vote poll up.
I don't know if they actually have...
I don't know how we do a vote poll because I'm not going to put anything, but I'll just ask. Go to buildingslikemountains.com, like us if you don't like us, and then tell us who wants to play. They got to be from Kansas, dude. We're not...
Even if they don't have
can't hook up national connects.
Like, just put the Pastora brothers. Just let them go up there and fuck around.
All right. The Inklings. We played with them several times at the Paramount.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know
played with them once, and we played with them at Rockalua.
Are they still a band?
Yeah, absolutely. if not, the Pastora brothers will show up and they will do their long hair
They'll at least rock out for you.
thing.
Yeah.
You can also see them at the Speakeasy every night at
Every
karaoke.
Thursday night at karaoke.
Also, so we're going to be playing at September 14th at the Paramount. Kevin Rome fucking owns that. He's legit as shit.
Awesome.
We will be at...
He's the drummer for Paramount, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's legit. We'll be at Rockalua, which Matt Isley runs from Dangerously Biased. We'll be there in September. You can check our page for that. I think it's September 14th or 21st, I want to say. I could be wrong. Check our page. I've been drinking a little bit, obviously, some amazing beers. And we're doing an autism
Awareness show?
foundation.
Oh, nice.
Awareness. A lot of people know about autism, so we're doing a foundation donation. And
You'd be surprised.
hey, if you guys want Buildings Like Mountains to play, obviously any foundation stuff, anything like that that's like not for profit, we do for nothing. So we don't charge for any of those types of shows.
You'd be an asshole if you did.
100 of the donations we always want to go to whatever foundation or cause that you guys are actually raising money for. But I have one, and that is Shriz. Shriz, when the fuck can we get an album? Because you're asking me about our album being released and me writing fucking lyrics on the spot.
But what you don't know is Chris is always working on music.
So Shriz, when are you thinking maybe an album? Maybe just I don't know. I know you got enough fucking gas in the tank to make it happen.
I'm still waiting for Chris to come out with a song to the beat.
I just don't know how cohesive it would be. I think it would be very cohesive because, like I've told Welcome, I can't write a happy song to save my life.
Me neither. I get it.
We legit one day came together and was like, all right, we're going to make a happy fucking beat. And we did.
We did.
I heard it. Did I hear
And
that
he's
one?
never going to make a song on it.
But you can't force shit.
No,
Like,
you can't.
It's
You definitely
not
can't.
natural, so I don't know. I think I could. It's just
One day, a really good thing is going to happen to Shriz, and he's going to write a song, and he's going to be like, this is the beat I've
No,
been
but
waiting for.
I really think that it is like
I'm a pretty dark dude and
well, it's just the fact that
very
like
real and not a smiley, happy-go motherfucker. I think about shit and
I really think that it's real connections are made on a level of like tragedy because it's harder to be like, hey, I had a good day. It's like when you talk to people you haven't talked to for a while and they talk about like, hey, the weather or this, and it's like very superficial. But when you talk about real shit like a plane crash, like that shit that happened,
that reaches people.
it does because you're like, I'm not alone, and there's
But
like this
then,
weird feeling about that.
At the same time, I don't know that an album per se is worth it
Just do an EP.
anymore. Or if I do like a 7-song or if I should do a 21-song.
No, but I think the way you do it, like,
I like
ain't nobody
the
fucking with
single
me
thing because it's so easy to throw out singles every month or two and keep writing shit so that you still have songs coming for fucking 2 years from now.
But
Instead of going, here's an album, boom, people listen to 3 songs on that bitch and they never hear the other 15.
But then
See,
it's a collection, not an album,
So
and that's
this-
how you should look at it.
this is
Anyway.
But I
me.
could also put out 20 singles for 2 years and then make an album out of them singles.
I'm a very weird
Yeah.
person, so I'm
You
probably
know?
the offshoot. I will not download or like, cause like I have Apple Music and I hate getting singles. Which don't get me wrong, as a,
No,
as, a,
it's
as a
fine.
musician,
Yeah, because you're one of like,
singles
I'm
are
going to
great
listen to
for
it
you.
front to back.
But
That's good to
I am
hear.
an album person, and like Archie gets mad at me because we'll start taking a road trip, and I'll put an album on that I haven't heard yet, and I'm listening to that motherfucker front to back.
What is a show?
Exactly. That's like.
It's an album.
So when
It's not a
Under Oath,
single.
and we were talking
It's
about
not a
Under Oath,
collection,
it's
it's
funny
an
because it's all
album.
going to come backwards to us.
I like hearing that, and I
But like Under Oath
agree
played
with it.
a couple years ago. They played 2 albums back to back, front to back, and half of those songs they've never performed live. And I sat there. It was the most excited 18-year-old Nathan and a 29-year-old fucking body anyone could ever be, because it was like, this was my fucking high school right here. Like, this was the greatest thing to me. Under Oath, I was, very much a Christian kid. I was raised in church. And Under Oath, like, broke all of the things that I was allowed to listen to with my parents, because I could sit there, and now they say fuck in their album.
Yeah.
But it's so... Jason, what do you think?
I missed all of that.
Albums and singles.
He hasn't slept for 41
When you
hours.
listen, when you listen to music, do you have just a song from somebody on your playlist and shuffle play that bitch, or are you listening to albums like front to back every once in a while?
So that is a wonderful question, and it honestly depends on who the artist is and what I know of them. Some artists I will listen to, or I will want the entire album because it will grow on me. Other artists, I'm like, I don't care for a lot of your shit. You did one or two off songs, and those are the ones I really like. That's all I want to fucking hear.
Yeah.
But that can go both ways too with someone like me, to where it's like, you could go, oh, he's my friend, I'm interested in what he says for these 20 fucking songs, or even if it's a 8-song album, or you could go, I'm gonna listen to 3 and go, oh, I listen to these 8 and I like these 3, I'll just take those 3. So
yeah,
it's very
so I'll tell you this. Most of the time when record companies put out albums, they're usually 12 to 15 songs. And
typically
8 of those songs they tab as potential singles, which is fine. But the problem is of those 8 songs, they're missing, 4 to 7 songs, and those are usually my favorite songs on the album. And that's why I like to listen to albums front to back, because you get the songs that aren't pushed.
Yep.
And granted, it's completely different because you are a under the radar recording artist.
Yep.
That is not on the you're not on mainstream.
It's way different than
radio.
You listening to fucking Drake or something.
But
like
that's the thing is most of the time of all the songs that are
See you,
played,
James.
I like the ones who don't become singles, and I'm like, this should be a single, this should be a single, and it never becomes a single. So that's why I like to listen to albums front to back, because I like to hear the songs that nobody ever hears, because there are people who just listen to singles, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I like to hear the songs that will never be singles, that will never get played at live concerts, which is why when I went to see Under Oath, I died laughing because the Blue Note was going to be played for the first time, and it's not a real song. It's some
it's just a very weird decision to make, and with music kind of being dominated by streaming nowadays, it's kind of like no one knows what the fuck to do, because I am underground as shit. Nobody knows me, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But there is no playbook for people like me other than people on YouTube going, hey, do this, and
pay a bunch of money, get a bunch of followers.
And that's why you gotta play it by ear.
So I'm just kind of going by the whim and writing shit and doing shit as I can between the beer show and work and all the other shit that I'm doing. Football, softball here and there. I'm a busy motherfucker, and I have written. What the fuck am I doing?
We've been drinking a lot.
Black Tears
2.5
by Jason
songs
Aldean
in the last week or
to
so.
go along with
Maybe next time I'll play some acoustic shit on here.
I also have the material. It's just
I love acoustic music.
Putting all that together myself as okay, here's my 13-song album. That's also a huge task for one person.
But I can also give you people to help you with it. You know who loves to fucking put music in order and put in orders for you? Cash Hollister. That motherfucker lives for it.
Cash was pretty cool. I saw him one time,
and
I was like, I don't know. And then I talked to him personally. He did a show we were at. I think he did it's not narration. He was not a front man, but a kind of DJ'd.
Yes, no, he does that. He essentially
he was the MC
at
your
I'm sorry.
album release party.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he MC'd, and he did a great job. And we chatted with him, and I came up to him and just talked to him a little bit. It's always so weird too, because I've been a person that I don't know. I feel like as you get older, and Jason can probably testify this, because I think Jason and I are the oldest guys here, right?
No, we're the oldest.
Welcome's 32 now too.
How old are you, Jason?
Jason's youngest.
32.
Son of a bitch! I'm the oldest.
32.
I forget. Tate's like 26.
I'm the
isn't he?
oldest dude.
Tate's
Tate,
like 23.
Tate fucking looks the oldest, by the way.
And he's the baby of the
I'm
group.
turning 33 on the 13th. Now
Yeah.
you have my birthday, still my identity.
We're all 32 right now.
No,
Alejandro likes that we're all 32 right now.
fuck yeah! So I talked to Cash, and I was like, really fucking nice dude. I've been trying, the older I get, and I think one of the things about maturing and like becoming older is, and this isn't directed to Cash Hollister necessarily, but it's like you get a preconception of how you think someone's going to be based on social media, and then you meet them in real life, and you're like, wow, this person, like, dude, I love nothing more than being surprised
By somebody.
about making a connection with another
yeah.
human. Because it's so often, and I
haven't met him yet, and I look forward to
super
it.
nice dude, and like, and I didn't know because I kind of
One of
like
the
saw him in
coolest
passing
cats.
one time.
One of the coolest
Super
cats.
nice dude. There's a lot of people. There's some people that are very appealing from the outside in though, and then you meet them and you're like, wow, real letdown. Cash Hollister wasn't that way. I thought he was
He's a real
real
genuine
dude.
I see you've
Yeah.
met Tate.
But here's the thing: is like this is what's cool about Cash. Is like,
Nice, Sarah.
at this point,
Your wife's gonna be older than you.
My wife is older than me.
but at this point, like
I guess you would always have been older than.
She's about to be older than you. Oh shit! Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
No, but like he has always been that way. And
Yeah.
even from when he started, because I knew Cash when he was first starting out, and it was almost rough going to his concerts because Bounce was like the song that was played for everything, which was cool.
Was that one of his like?
That was his original, like one of his originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was he would play it
My
everywhere.
favorite of his nowadays is Jump.
Somebody,
Jump is the
somebody
shit, dude.
tag Cash
That shit's
Hollister right
so
now.
dope.
By the way.
And if you go see it, because he also when he did
Fucking
Jump. But when he
That
did
shit's
Jump,
dope.
the crazy thing about Jump is he got a local kid who had talent that he had seen off of the Cypher that he did here in Salina. Because he's done so much for hip-hop in Salina. It's absolutely mind-blowing what he's done for hip-hop.
Game can recognize game, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, and so, like, they're getting ready, and I'll plug this to the death. I don't even know if I'll be in town to be able to do it, and I'm going to be pissed I'm not. But they're doing Move the Crowd here in 2 weekends.
Yeah, I saw
And that
You
shit...
ain't gonna be here?
I don't know. I don't know where I'll be, and I don't know what
You said
days I
September
work.
26th or something.
But I have to work in KC and then Omaha the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be really salty if I miss it. But I was at a majority of the Move the Crowds.
Yeah.
Which was super cool because Preston was always there. It's Freddie P. And that's one of my dudes. Sorry. And
I almost signed up, but I didn't have 4 to 6 tracks
That you felt
of
like.
competitive
yeah.
lyricism to go, all right, here's what I got.
I'm going to
for
sign up.
a month from when I signed up.
Yeah.
My
No,
shit's
no.
all very recording artist type
Dude,
shit
Stuff
instead
it
of
off
like
the dome.
No,
MC-ish.
that's
Yeah.
all it is. It's
It
like you
is-
take songs that you've wrote and you go and you perform in front of people and then
There's
hope
a-
they cheer for you.
There's a difference, though. I mean, like, Shriz
Right.
has been in the game for a while, but
But
like.
I know that I don't have the following that some of these guys will
Oh,
have.
exactly. No,
And
that's the big
my
thing.
songs are very emotional instead of like hype and
Yes.
the shit
I
and
will say-
lyrical and this and that.
I will say, like.
So I'm very aware of what the fuck I got
Yeah.
and know not to.
Yeah.
I will say, like, genres do matter in terms of, like, acceptance.
Well-
and, like, rap is very, like, rap has always been, like, very, like, credit. Like, I don't like to say street cred, but it's always been like,
Well,
following. What's your following? What's your
So-
connections? And, like, rock is more of, like, in like, what we do is, like, Buildings Like Mountains. Like, we're more, like, you can be indie and that's cool. Like, you can be somebody that nobody knows of and headbutt a cymbal, and, like, we're into that shit. But, like, rap is very, dude, very, like,
But
I'm gonna shit on some people like Post Malone, legit, like, whatever. But, like, dude, like, these dudes are heavily produced.
but that's not all. That's also
Stack them up against a fucking...
Yeah.
Stack them up against Tech 9. Stack Post Malone right
Yeah.
now against Tech 9.
That's
And
what gives
Tech
me
9 crushes Post Malone every
Well-
fucking time. And who's more famous?
But it also
So fuck
depends.
that shit.
But
It's genre based.
But here's the thing.
Fucking
so
follower hate, dude.
Yep.
no, and I can understand that. But like Post Malone is, and I'll fight for him because he's
I'll tell you this right now. Give me a fucking rock cover. He literally plays acoustic. I'll come back on the show and fucking crush anything he's done.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Period. Fucking period.
but you're saying that as a musician, he is a musician.
I will say this.
Is he though?
I will say this.
So he can't. So playing the guitar,
I
being
will
able to
say
play the
this.
guitar, which is not an easy instrument to play.
Right.
Can you play the guitar?
No.
No.
But can he?
So then you're gonna bash somebody who's
But-
playing guitar covers.
But can he?
But as somebody that's played for 17 fucking years, I'm gonna tell you this.
I don't know.
Every
I don't know,
cover
I'm asking.
he's played, put 17 years against it. I'll crush it.
Before he was a Post Malone, he was in video game nerd chat videos playing cover songs with his nerd friends while their video game show is playing.
I'm not disrespecting the game. I'm just saying.
So
I
is
don't
he?
know that. That's why I
This
said
is-
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying.
But I'm
like,
gonna tell
you
you
don't know
this.
who Post Malone is.
This
so
is
how do
the
you judge
problem.
him on that
I
one?
This
didn't
is
judge
the
shit.
problem
I'm
with.
gonna say
No, and I'm not even saying that he's not talented. So
I'm getting
this is
beat.
where we go as America.
But
this
you
is-
also have to understand.
This is
people
where
aren't
we
before
go
you
as
judge them.
America. They made a lot of money. People like them.
Yeah.
Anybody else that doesn't make a lot of money, people don't like them. That is the fucking. That's not a fair equivalency.
I fucking
of
love Post Malone.
excellent musicians. There was a motherfucker that played, and I fucking God, I wish I remembered his name. It was Chris something. Stevie Ray Vaughan was asked in an interview, how does it feel to be the greatest musician alive? And he said, I don't know, ass. It was like Chris DeBro. Guess where he played at? Like 3 weekends ago. The fucking VU in Salina, Kansas. He said, I don't know, ask this guy. Because he's the best fucking guitarist I've ever heard. And he played
Jason,
at the
just go to
VU
bed.
in Salina, Kansas, like 3 fucking weeks ago.
Sorry,
And
Jason,
guess
you're getting very
what,
overlooked
dude?
today.
Guess what his girlfriend said? Yo, what do you think would happen if I stole the money out of this tip jar? This is a fucking true story, dude.
No, and I'm not
3
arguing.
weeks ago. And you know what? One of the best guitarists. Fucking shreds. Yanni Malmsteen. All these motherfuckers are shred, and people don't know who the fuck they are. Talent
I'm not grumpy at all, Josh.
and money do not equate. There are plenty of great. Think of all the people that moved to Nashville. Post Malone is talented at what he does, but what he does is with a team.
Yeah.
Watch the
But-
fucking Great Hack, dude, on Netflix.
He's
Learn how people are.
overly produced.
Look at the fucking Jonas Brothers. Where did they
And I'm
come
not
from?
arguing that.
Where did
But-
the
biggest-
Jonas Brothers even come from? What was
my
their first
biggest
song?
confidence
Nobody knows.
giver
Billionaires.
is-
Something, it was something
Multimillionaires.
on Disney.
I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. But like, for me, and I understand where you're coming from.
we're almost. We're at
But
9:15.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to like.
I've liked Post Malone for a while.
I don't want to flat earther
But-
like rant.
Okay.
But I've also known that Post Malone, before he became a
Church
instant
of Woody
hit,
Panera Bread.
which his instant hit was me sitting in Preston's basement at his house, and Preston being like,
No, I can appreciate
"Listen to this
that.
motherfucker sing this White Iverson song."
Yes.
And Preston is sitting there like, "This is the dopest shit I've ever heard, and I've never heard of this guy." And then you look up who Post Malone is, and he is a fucking video game nerd who had a video game podcast with his nerd friends, and he sat there and he would play songs on the guitar and just jam while they were playing video games and sing songs during that. So he grew up a guitar player. And so when he has his diamond-plated guitar that you see in shows, that's the real Post Malone that you see because he loves that fucking music. He grew up listening to all kinds of music. So for me, when people cover songs, I find that the highest praise. When famous people cover famous people, I find that to be the greatest thing ever.
I'll tell you this. My girlfriend turned me on to Tyler Childers. Listen to him, Nose on the Grindstone.
Mhm.
Indian Feather, I think is what it's called. Little Indian Feather, something like similar to that. Jason Isbell. These are guys that are like still considered underground, making a great living in music. Amazing lyricists. I can appreciate. Again, game recognizes game. Not shitting on anybody. There used to be a scene in Salina, Kansas. I first moved here probably 8 years ago. There's a really good scene. I've been talking about with Buildings Like Mountains about doing like buying a rental space. Obviously, we can't afford very much, but like $750 to $1,000 a month. About doing like, hey, every night music, whatever you want to do. Like have local bands, have people. If you know of a place, message Buildings Like Mountains. We'll fucking. I'm looking for a place to buy for us to put up a decent sound system, and just have bands like all the time. Because I think music is the one thing, dude. I know it sounds stupid, but like Shakira, fucking like no matter what language you speak, no matter what you do, it's the universal language of love. It connects people. Music is one of the few things that we can actually have pure freedom and democracy in. And regardless of what type of musician you are, whether you're a Post Malone or you're Shriz or Buildings Like Mountains, you're Cash Hollister, you're some of these other musicians that are trying to do things in our towns to make a better place to live, to actually provide entertainment, and you're not just worried about music but actual entertainment, and you're pushing a positive message, even if it's sad lyrics, but you're pushing something that says that hey, you can get through to the end. Man, I'm gonna fucking support you. I'm gonna show up at your shows. Buildings Like Mountains will be there for you if anybody. I know Shriz goes to a lot of shows. Nate, you show up to support shit.
I try as many as I can.
Jason's in Kansas City. I'm sure we're gonna push his ass to support anything up there. And
it's just like what? Oh, it's my name.
It's one of the few times you can kind of drop, you know, and like when we wrote the album, like the whole idea is like when I write, but like one of the best compliments. We were at a house show with Illyria, and that's a Salina, Kansas band, ELLRYIA. I've drinking a lot of beer.
ELLYRIA.
Is that
I was about to say, you said RY.
I've drinking a lot of beer, bro. Brews Bros.
Jason, do you want a word?
But check everybody out. Follow some bands. Support your fucking local music. That's all I gotta say. I'm out.
Can I just say one more thing?
You can say whatever you want.
So, I hate that there's this persona that Salina used to have a scene. Because Salina has had a scene for a long time. And it doesn't necessarily, like, and I'm not trying to...
No, I don't think you are.
But, like...
It's support, dude.
It is.
Up.
So, like, when I was in high school, it was Guy's Garden. It was... We used to have a Wabba Wabba Roo rock show every summer at Oakdale Park.
Yeah. And
it was a free rock show, and we'd bring in all these metal bands, and we'd have this big old thing. Guy's Garden was a big metal place where we'd always have shows at. I left. It didn't have anything to do with me because I didn't put the shows on.
Sure.
But, like, the people went to college. But we would come back, and then the Blue Goat was the place to have concerts. Because I saw one of my all-time favorite bands at the Blue Goat for $15. And that's where Move the Crowd was.
Yeah.
So that turned in, and that closed down. So it's always changed where it's at. The scene, I don't think has necessarily... Because then it was like Indian rock.
Yeah.
Indian rock turned into a place where all the metal shows happen. So it's not that it's necessarily gone away, but it's just always changes where it's at. Now Paramount does a great job with it. The Voo does a great job with having live music all the time. But there are also a lot more places now, I feel, that have live music than there has ever been in Salina. Like, I think that's fucking dope as shit, because you can go to the Chuck's on a Friday, Saturday night, and there's live music there. Yeah, you're definitely visible.
Keep going.
You can go to Paramount and see live music. You can go to the Voo. And the Voo, when they were, even before they were the Voo, when they were...
Rendezvous?
No, not the Rendezvous. When he was over at... Hideaway. They were fucking great at doing live music. So I fucking love that. But
by the way, support the Voo, support Matt. He continues to play live music.
I'm very awake. I'm just texting.
Yes, so, but I very much love now what we have in Salina, because there's never been a Mill District 30 Days of Music.
By the way, wait. Go to the VU on Friday. It's gonna be Forever Fun is doing
Forever
a
Fun.
triview,
And on that,
movie triview
we have to
on
end
Friday.
The show. Play
at
it. There it is.
I already had
Trivia.
it queued up. I just
Sorry.
never got a chance to.
80s Now movie.
Sorry.
These
trivia.
motherfuckers in tandem don't shut up.
We are.
I'm not talking shit, but god
No,
damn.
we've always said this from the first trivia
We're the
night
same
that you guys had. We have always said like you cannot put us together in a building, or we will just fucking burn that shit down.
It's
And we
okay.
You're gonna be competing against Sarah.
I'm
Sarah's
sorry.
like an undefeated fucking Linky champ. That's all she knows is movie and show quotes from the fucking 80s and
Is Sarah on
90s.
our team?
So, good luck to you.
Is Sarah on our team?
I'm not gonna
Are you
compete.
sitting on the side again?
Chris, final
You're
words.
just talking shit.
I'm not final words.
Jason, final words.
I wish I was on the couch with you guys. That is some final word. Also,
Same.
a final phrase. I was very happy to see Elder at the block
Very
party.
happy.
Note on that, he still wants to be on the show if Tate does leave.
But we should also get him to be on the show. Just
Like, he wants to be the next guy because we told him he was in line.
Dave's like, what the fuck?
What?
I want to be the next guy.
Dave, you
We
can
have lots of
replace
rednecks
Welcome at the
guys.
end of September.
Cannot be a Nate and a Dave on the
James
show.
also wants to be the next
No,
guy.
Elder was in line like
Years ago.
a long time ago.
Well, that'd be cool. I don't want to have last word. It's gonna be Shriz, and I'm gonna make him say something. Hashtag buildings like mountains.
We
Like
only
our
have one
page,
so
please.
far.
We're gonna give away some free shit. So far, it's just James. I'm gonna wait till Friday at 6 p.m. Make sure you like buildings like mountains because I'll announce it on there live. And we're gonna give away a free T-shirt and a free album wherever it went. I dug through it. And if you want us to all sign it, let us know. We'll all fucking sign it if
I'll
you're really
sign
into
it
that
too.
shit. Nate'll sign it too. I'm gonna have Brews Bros sign it except for Jason because I can't send to Kansas City. I can't afford it.
Just fucking
Shriz,
scribble
please
on
give
it,
us
and that's
last word.
probably my signature anyway.
Shriz, let
Shriz,
us
give
go.
Last word.
Let us
Fight.
go.
Good
Go on.
night.
Go on.